Oh gosh, my mic. Hello? Hi. It's been a while. Oh my gosh. Also, I took the chat box away since now it does this chat box thing behind me. So I was like, what's the point of having the chat box there? But I'm so excited, everybody. We're playing the new Love and Deep Space cards. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're only doing 2 today because they're very long. And when I say very long, I mean they are each an hour long. And I have to work tomorrow. So I can't stay up and play all of them because there's 5 of them. So there's quite a bit of them. I'm very excited. You already know I played all of them already. You already know I played all of them. Also, I'm still sick, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did last time I streamed, so thank God for that. Also, hi everybody. Hi. But we are back. We are playing some Love and Deep Space tonight, and I am super pumped. I was gonna multi-stream this to YouTube, but my YouTube's being really weird and it's not wanting to like multi-stream. It's not wanting to like stream. So I'll just have to take the VOD and cut it up and stuff like that. So, or I'll just have to record on my OBS and see how far that takes me. Or I'll just have to download this VOD. So, yeah. But I'm super excited. So today we're gonna be playing Zayne and Caleb's cards. There's 5 of them. I decided on Zayne and Caleb's because I don't want to do Silas's right now, and I don't want to do Raphael's. Raphael's is the longest from what I've played and what I've seen. And then Xavier's is fine. But I'm gonna wait till Thursday to do those ones because Silas's I read that one at work, and so I kind of had to like speed read it, and it's very deep, and I didn't get to see everything, so I want to take my time doing that one. Obviously, because Silas is my boy, my favorite. So yeah, we're doing Zayne and Caleb's today. I really like Caleb too. He's my third favorite boy. I know a lot of people that watch me are not interested in Love and Deep Space, and I'm so sorry because I know I've been making a lot of Love and Deep Space content recently, and I know a lot of people are not really into that. I can tell they're not into that because I've lost like 12 followers ever since I started posting Love and Deep Space content. And so I'm very sorry if that you're not into that. I'm just 2025 is the year that I'm doing whatever I want with my channel, and I'm not really caring if people are like down for it or not, because the people that enjoy my content either way are still going to be here. So no matter if I like, no matter what kind of content I make. So I'm going to just do whatever I want and whatever makes me happy, and Love and Deep Space is making me happy right now. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it even if people are like not down for that, and that's okay. It does make me a little sad, but at the same time, it's okay because I don't think I'd want people like that in my community anyways, that like don't support me and my interests. So but yeah, I normally play on my tablet, but I don't want to dox myself because I have all my like important info on there. So we're gonna be using an emulator again. I don't particularly like using emulators because they're just not my favorite, but that's what we got to go with, so that's what we're doing today. I'm not going to be doing the event because there's an event along with the banner. I'm not going to be doing that because the event is still ongoing right now, and I'm going to wait until it's finished to start it on stream. That was very strange. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I think we'll probably start off with Caleb's cards today. And also, if you guys don't know, for people who don't understand or don't know, Love and Deep Space is an otome game. It's a 3D otome game. It's very, very popular right now. It's also, oh my gosh, it's increased in popularity over the past coming months, especially with the last 3 banners. It's increased in popularity. I started playing the beginning of January, so last month. By the way, I do have all 5 cards. I don't know if I said that already. I do have all 5 cards. So we'll be playing all 5 of those, just not all tonight. And yeah, for people that, I want to say this really quick. People saying that like the game is a gooner game and whatever, who cares? I don't think, me personally, I do not think it's a gooner game. I think it's an adult game and it should be played by adults. But like if being like liking stuff like that, it makes you a gooner, then I'm a 27-year-old woman, okay? I like what I like, and that's all I'm gonna say. And people are like scared. I have to say this one because it irritates me. People are like scared. They're like, don't you care what men think? Don't you care what like a man thinks? No, I do not. When the fuck have I ever cared what a man thinks? Like, are you kidding me? Do you not see I'm a fucking VTuber girl on the internet. Like, when have I ever thought or cared what a man thinks? Okay, like, I do not give a fuck what Asmongold, a Tower Tectone, I care. I do not care what they think. I don't care if they say that liking these games makes you like a gooner or whatever. Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares what they think. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna let people I don't even know dictate my interests. That's ridiculous. So I just had to say that also because I've had people message me I've had people message me in nice things and bad things at playing the game. I've had people kind of like make fun of me in a sense for playing the game. I do not give a fuck. Like, I'm a grown ass woman making my grown ass decisions on what I want to do and how do I want to spend my time and money. And so, but I've had really nice responses from people saying, like, sending me memes and stuff like that. So that's really sweet. So I've had a lot of people like be nice about stuff, but a lot of people have kind of also not been very nice, but I do not care. So I'm going to keep on playing the game. I'll keep on streaming the stuff because I'm having a good time. So I've got a few people I follow that love it. Yeah, I think it's a really good game. I think the story is really good. You'll see here. I also apologize because, like I said, I was gonna stream the main story, and so you guys can kind of like understand what the fuck's going on. I decided to do that later after this because this banner is not connected to the main story. It's an alternative universe, so it's not in the same universe that the main story is set in. So I can kind of describe things preemptively before they happen that are like who these men are kind of without having to give too much away. But like the relationships between the MC and the characters are not the same as they are in the main story, so it's not that super hard to like connect together. So I think that'd be better. So I'm very sorry. I wanted to do that a week or two ago, but unfortunately I got sick because I had the neurovirus in the beginning of January, got really sick for like 3 weeks, and then oh gosh, and then I got COVID, and I'm still getting over COVID. So that's why I've been gone like so long, and stuff's been super inconsistent because, yeah, I got back from vacation in December, like the end of December, and then I got the neurovirus, and then I got COVID. So unfortunately, the last month has not been ideal for me. So yeah, sorry. Also, there's an ad, so I'm gonna wait till it's finished. I'm gonna get everything set up though while we work on this. Okay, so we're back from the ad. But yeah, I got really sick. I got really sick, so yeah, it's the reason why I wasn't streaming for a while. So yeah, but I'm back now. Okay, let's see if. Oh yeah, so this is the little overlay that I decided to do. So this is pictures of my MC in the game, and they're with the boys that we're gonna be playing today. And so we have Caleb. No, we have Caleb on the right, and then we have Zayne on the left. And these are the new outfits that came with it. Yes. So super cool, super cool. Let me get the game open. I have to open up my emulator though. I'm gonna make myself a bit smaller on the screen. But yeah, these are my character. Unfortunately, they don't have the same hair as this, so I could not make this my hair, unfortunately. But say la vie. Longevity. Bruh. Is it good to go? Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good to go. Oh, wait, fuck. Hold on. I forgot. I was gonna multi-stream this to TikTok. Let's see if this works or not. Bruh. So I wanted to multi-stream to TikTok. Because, like, I have no idea. Wait, why isn't my mic working? Okay. Okay, it's working now. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Okay, yeah. But we're multi-streaming to TikTok tonight. So we're playing Caleb's and Zayne's cards today. I hope everything looks okay. I'm kind of scared. Oh, wait. Okay, here. Gurg. I have to make sure everything looks okay.
The heroine left the pages and
oh my god.
into my life.
Yeah, so like I'm so happy because I got their outfits. Also, don't even look at that. That's 69. That's magnificent right there. I'm just gonna say that right now. Right now, that's so fucking good. I'm so proud of that 69. It's not even funny. Okay, so this is my account. So I do have all of the memories with the boys. So this was Silas's. I have this ranked 1, which means I have the white outfit for him. And then, like I said, I have all of the cards. So this is Xavier's. And then we have Zayne's. And then we have Raphael's. You can definitely tell who are my favorites because I already leveled up their cards. Obviously Silas you've seen, then we have Caleb's. So we're gonna do Caleb's and Zayne's today. Just because of the fact that I haven't like done too much with them. I've already done the stories, but also let's look at Caleb's fit really quick because he looks like he's slaying right now. So the boy dressed himself up, which was great. So I'm very pleased with that. He dressed himself up. So yeah, so so cute, so cute. Okay. Oh yeah, we got the new music, which I got from the stuff. This is the new music. It's so intense. It feels like I'm like in like a cyberpunk shit, which it kind of is. That's like the whole entire thing. So, but I'm so like happy though. They look so cute. I don't know what everyone's wearing today though. Let's see. So Silas has his mullet on, which I'm a fan of the wolf cuts personally, so I'm very excited for the wolf cuts. I don't remember what everyone else is wearing though. What are you wearing? Okay, so you're also wearing that. So cute. I love the hair though. The hair's really cute. Okay. Zayne's wearing Zayne stuff, and I think Xavier's wearing... I don't know how to explain that. That's such a... Okay. We're going back to Zayne. Oh, wait. Yeah, Caleb's wearing... We're going to go back to Caleb. I'm sorry. Sorry, Caleb. We're going back to you. Okay. So this is what he's wearing. I have the white outfits for Zayne. Not Zayne. Gosh, I cannot. I have the white outfits for Caleb and Silas because those are the ones that I R1'd. Caleb's R2. On accident, I was trying to pull for Zayne and I got another Caleb. So that was really interesting. He looks so fine though, so I'm not even mad. But I wanted Zayne, and I'm not gonna lie, my pulls were very good, but unfortunately, that's the problem. They were too good in the beginning. So I started off pulling good. So my first, out of 20 of my first pulls, I got my Silas card and my Caleb card, which was fantastic. So I only do 20 pulls for that. But I was going to pull more anyways because I needed the outfits. Problem is, after that, I started hitting hard pity on almost every card, which sucked ass. Because if you don't know, hard pity is like 70. And so I started hitting 70 on almost every card, which really sucked. I lost... So I lost my 50-50 for Raphael to Silas.
You look relaxed. I thought yesterday you said that you've been busy recently.
I cannot.
Does this mean you were hiding from me?
Maybe. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was really nervous when I was pulling for him because I lost my 50-50, but I lost it to the new Silas card, which I was not mad about. And then I pulled again and I got Raphael. But then I tried pulling for Xavier and Zayne, and I lost my 50-50 again for Xavier to Silas. But Silas is within reach card, and I was like, which was his standard card, and I was like, are you kidding me? But it's fine because Silas cards are kind of hard to come by, so I wasn't even that mad. And then I finally got it. But then I tried to get Zayne, and then I lost my 50-50 again for Zayne to Caleb. So that was horrible. And then I had to hit Heart Pity to get Zayne. So it was really annoying process, but we are here now with the boys. And I'm excited to play. So we're here now, and I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to finally get into the cards. I'm so sorry for my yapping. We're finally going to get into the cards, though. We're going to start off with Caleb's, which I'm very excited about. So as a Caleb girly, I am a fan of these cards. Okay, let's start off with Caleb. His is called Tainted Cuts. Mind you, these cards are very long, so this is going to be about an hour worth of stuff. So it's going to be a wild ride. I hope you can join us for it. Okay, hold on. I'm just setting stuff up really quick. So yeah, this is called Tainted Cuts. And also, by the way, I do have every Caleb card. So yes, I have to say that right now. I have every Caleb card. So get your popcorn, get your drinks, because we're about to go on a wild ride of Caleb. I'm not sure if I should make myself a little bit bigger or not. Am I too big? I don't want to be too big. So, but let's go. Let's start this card. This magnificent memorabilia card. Oh god, these cards make me so emotional. They're so good, that's why. They're very long, like I said, though. And also there's two endings. So there's a good ending and there's a bad ending. We're gonna do both. So oh god. Okay. The sky is a dull gray. A plastic back rustles in the wind and dances alone through an empty, abandoned building. Outside is an undeveloped patch of land. I hold my camera. I'm taking pictures of the bloodstains on the ground. Several of my colleagues from the LCBI are crouching down next to me. They're collecting samples for analysis. I don't want to talk during the sound effect. In the distance, a male colleague crosses the police line. He waves a document around as he runs towards me.
Here's the preliminary autopsy report. We ruled out the possibility of a wild animal attack and confirmed the perpetrator was a predator.
I take the documents and begin reading through its contents, one page at a time. Another predator. That's the 5th case this month. Oh, preface, by the way. So this is alternative universe, and we are not the same as we are in the main story, and we are having to deal with these things called predators, which are basically mutated humans. And yeah, that's all I'll really say, because I think they kind of explain it throughout the story. So also, please let me know if the volume's too low and I can turn it up. The onset of a headache occurs before I even realize it. The predators are a serious threat to the city. These mutated humans, when in a frenzied state, become extremely aggressive. Their physical conditions, speed, and strength far surpass those of normal humans. They really are monsters. Has the victim's identity been confirmed?
He's from the security center. Unfortunately for us, he held a high position, so his personal info is classified. Our colleagues already submitted an investigation approval request to our superiors, but it'll take a while for the application to be processed.
Check the nearby residential area for the victim's movements and collect surveillance footage from around the buildings. View dashcam recordings from vehicles in the vicinity too. Aside from his personal information, we can investigate other things.
This is an active crime scene. You can't enter. I'm so sorry, sir.
Ooh, he's so fine. He's so fine. The commotion behind me makes me turn. A tall, familiar figure stands behind the police tape. He's putting away his credentials. Caleb? What is he doing here? Oh, also I have to say this for now. For people who don't know who Caleb is, Caleb in the main story is our childhood friend, quote unquote, childhood friend, that we grew up living in the same home as, but we're not related. And so think of like two people that were adopted by the same person, but not related. And then things happen in the main story. He goes away for a bit and then he comes back. So, but in this storyline, it's different because it's an alternative universe. So take that with a grain of salt. Caleb's wearing a uniform and carrying a file folder, ducks underneath the police tape that other people lift for him. God, that hair is so fucking good. That hair is so good. The colleagues around me recognize him, lowering their heads to focus on their tasks. They stop talking.
I heard there was another predator attack. I was in the area, so I thought I'd check in and see how everyone's doing.
Mr. Councilman, I thought you were swamped with work, but you have time to see us as we conduct our investigation. As soon as the words leave my mouth, a colleague nudges my arm and shoots me a warning glance. Their eyes scream at me to watch my tongue.
The victim was a government official. It's a sensitive case. In addition, the predators have been a constant threat to our city's safety for quite some time. The government has always treated this issue with the utmost care. Let me ask a question, Enforcer. Can I get an estimate of how long it will take for the LCBI to solve this case?
I raise my camera once more and try to find the perfect angle for documenting the crime scene. We're doing our best to move as quickly as possible. Is there a timeline the government is expecting us to meet?
I'm wondering when a certain individual whose life has been nothing but this investigation will finally return home. I have a few more questions. Would you mind stepping aside so we can talk privately?
Jesus, this man's voice. This VA better gotten paid the big dollars because he is milking it, and I'm okay with that. Like, this man deserves an Oscar. Like, it's so good. He came to this recording to pay the bills. I shoot a glance at Caleb before giving my camera to another colleague. My colleagues sigh quietly to show their sympathy. Under their watchful eye, I remove my gloves and follow Caleb into an abandoned building. There's like something on my glasses. Bruh, get off. Caleb and I grew up together. As homeless kids in the Southern District, we wandered the streets and shared our hard-earned loaves of bread. We narrowly escaped death at the hands of the predators countless times. As we grew up, our paths diverged. He became the councilman of the city, while I became an enforcer at Lincoln City Bureau of Investigation, or LCBI. Our different career paths often put us in odd professional speaking. To avoid any unnecessary trouble, we agreed to maintain a professional distance in public, but behind the facade, we have a close bond. Ooh.
We haven't seen each other in ages. And this is how you greet me?
Damn, I was gonna say, this is so good, because I don't have this white version, because I didn't R1 his standard myth, but like, I love the white. It looks so good. You're interfering with an official investigation right now. Consider yourself lucky I haven't asked for your removal. Besides, how did you even know I was here?
I have my ways of finding out the things I want to know.
This hits different after watching this already. Oh my gosh. Will filing a report about the councilman abusing his power do anything?
You might find yourself implicated. After all, you're my closest confidant.
I steal a glance at my colleagues outside the building, then I give Caleb's hand a quick, reproachful pinch. That's weird. Didn't we agree to act like strangers at work? Why are you breaking the rules again? Only then does Caleb hand me a file he's holding. Puzzled, I break the seal and pull out a report. It contains the victim's personal information and a detailed record of his recent movements.
The victim often visited a certain club. It's possible the attack wasn't random. As you can see, I go out of my way to bring you crucial information. And you still keep me at arm's length.
That was a good picture. I had to take it. Caleb grabs the file and pretends to take it back, but I tighten my grip and I refuse to let go. Suddenly, he releases his grip on the file, grasps my arm, and pulls me towards him. His lips are near my ear.
You're awfully good at pretending we're not close.
Oh my god. This hits different with headphones. I'm not gonna lie. I can't keep both headphones on, unfortunately, because I can't have my parents dox me. But, oh my gosh.
You're coming home for dinner tonight, right? Say yes, and I'll play along.
Oh god. I slightly lift the file folder and wave goodbye. I turn to leave. I'll be working late on the case tonight, so I can't.
Really? Awesome. I heard about this new place that just opened. Ooh.
This little shit. I quickly turn around and use the file folder to cover Caleb's. Okay, sorry. I had to take care of something really quick that was unfortunately not really something I was prepared to do. So, yeah, we're back. I apologize for the delay. We're gonna go back to the story. I quickly turn around and use the file folder to cover Caleb's mouth. I push him behind a concrete pillar. Caleb, you fine. I'll have dinner with you. Happy? The LCBI immediately dispatched a team to investigate the club the victims frequented. To our surprise, the club turned out to be a massive black market. It sold information about the predators. Some rumors claim the club was connected to the predators of the highest rank. Using his status, he maintained control over this diverse and chaotic underground world. I put down the investigation report. My mind is already racing. Was the victim killed because he learned too much about the predators during his investigation? The predators must have been scared about being exposed, so they eliminated the threat? As I look up, I see the clock on the wall. It's already late.
You're still here. You must be exhausted with how you stay up late every night for this case.
Why does this guy sound like that? I don't like that. Lost in thought, I barely acknowledged the male colleague who's approaching me. I nod in response and gather my things. I grab my bag and head for the stairs, but he follows me. He talks incessantly about what he did today. I do not care. Where's my husband? When we reached the ground floor, I noticed the raindrops beyond the glass door. I didn't even know when it started raining.
You've been so focused on work that you didn't notice the weather, huh? Did you bring an umbrella? I have one. We can walk home together.
Why did he say together? He's like, we can walk home together. Why did he say it like that? That's so creepy. That's creepy. What the fuck? Ew. God, this is why people hate people who are creeping on them. Thank you, but that won't be necessary. I quicken my pace and find shelter under the building's eaves. Even though I said no, my colleague is determined. He opens his umbrella.
You always go home by yourself. You don't need to make excuses about being single. I'll have you know I'm an eligible bachelor.
What the fuck? Bruh, take no for an answer. What the fuck?
You just don't know me well enough. Why don't we take this opportunity to...
Yeah, to what? To what? No
Wow.
need. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Namer, for the follow. No need. I have no intention of getting to know you better.
Look how heavy the rain is. Let me walk you home. It'll
My
be
God.
more
This brother don't know when to stop.
Who said she doesn't have an umbrella?
That's right, husband. Tell him what's up. Caleb, save me. I'm in danger. Look, I got the crazy eyes going. He got the fucking crazy eyes. He has the crazy eyes going on. A shadow falls over me. Caleb appears. He's holding a black umbrella. Wrapping his arm around my shoulders, he stands next to me. Get him, get him. End of a smile plays on his lips as he glances at my colleague before turning to me.
I thought the plan was for me to pick you up. Why are you already out here?
Go crazy on him, Caleb.
It's pouring. I don't want you to catch a cold. And this is your...
My colleague's confident demeanor crumbles. He awkwardly shifts and clenches his fist.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you'd be here. I was just being a polite coworker.
I don't think so, sir. I think you're being a creeper. Like you were, because you're being creepy. You didn't take no for an answer, sir. So get wrecked. I hope Caleb wrecks you. Hi, Celeste. It's been a min. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm doing good. I feel a lot better. I'm getting over COVID, so I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm enjoying my sweet time with this new banner. I hope you're doing well, though. I just downloaded this game. Been seeing it way too often at Cave. Let's go. Another person. Let's go. It's a great game. I've been playing for about a month now, and I really, really like it. So we're starting the new banner right now. We're doing Caleb's card right now, and it's really, really good. Ooh, did you get COVID because you ate too much dairy? I don't think those two are connected. No, I got COVID because people I see often, we just keep on spreading our sickness to each other in my office. Like, one of us gets sick and we go to the office, and then the other person gets sick and the other person feels better, and they come back to the office and the other person spreads the sickness. So it's like a rotation of getting sick. So yeah, I've been sick like basically a whole entire month at this point. I got the neurovirus and then I got COVID afterwards, which sucked. So, but we're just here now, chilling. He forces himself a smile and backs away with his umbrella. He waves goodbye.
I'll be going now. Good night, you two. Sorry about that.
No, you're not sorry. You wouldn't have been sorry if you did already. Nice. I'm excited to play it. Been forced to play mobile games when my PC is in repairs. Oh, that's rough. But this is a great game, though. I definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend it. Holy shit. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I was able to work while I was sick, work from home, which is great. So I didn't have to take like any PTO off. I think I took 1 day off because I was really, really ill that day. But now we're just vibing. No non-mobile games or streaming been rough. Oh, that's rough. I hope your computer gets fixed like a reasonable amount of time though. But I also hope you really enjoyed the game because I really like it. So now that an annoying colleague is gone, I pat Caleb's arm. He raises the umbrella a little higher. He's so cute. He looks like a puppy. I hook my arm around his and we step out into the rain together.
I said it before, didn't I? You don't need to be polite to guys like that.
Oh my gosh. If you were a second late, you would have seen me show him my manners. But why did you pick me up today? You didn't even give me a heads up.
When I saw it was raining, I decided to check in and see if you remembered to bring an umbrella. And the answer was nope.
Nope.
Besides, you're either at the LCBI building or a crime scene.
Not wrong. Not wrong. Don't tell anyone, but Silas can bend me like a pretzel. Silas is great. Silas is my favorite guy. So, yeah. Silas is my favorite. And then, so it goes Silas, Raphael, Caleb, Xavier, then Zayne. I'm sorry, Zayne girlies. He's a little too stoic for my liking. I like people who have, like, high emotion, though. Probably because I don't give off a lot of like, I'm also very, like, emotional. So, I like people who have, like, a lot of emotion. Which, Silas doesn't seem like he would give a lot of emotion, but he's very passionate. So, like, that is a good exchange. So
if I didn't take the initiative, would we even see each other for 1 second?
God, he got the fucking crazy eyes going and I'm so down for it. Feeling sheepish, I tighten my grip on Caleb's arm and lean in for a whisper. Well, you can see me right now.
Are you trying to sweet talk your way out of this? You'll need to do more than that.
Oh, maybe. Well, then I guess I'll just have to walk home by myself. I reach for Caleb's umbrella and pretend to take it. Smiling, he passes the umbrella to the other hand and wraps his arm around my shoulder. The rainy night invites all-encompassing darkness. The streets stretch out endlessly into the distance. Do you remember when it's raining cats and dogs in the Southern District? There were leaks in our temporary shelter, so we had to huddle under the eaves.
I've never forgotten a single thing about you.
I like how that's, like, in a different vibe. I forgot what it's called. What did I miss? Ad came in and crashed the party. Nah, it's okay. Nothing much happened. We were just talking about like the umbrella in the story, but other than that, nothing really too much has happened so far.
We don't have to worry about getting caught in the rain now, though.
God, I love this haircut on him. It's so fucking good. The wolf cuts are so good. I do feel a bit bad though, because you do have to spend quite a bit, like in diamonds and tickets just to get them. So I do feel a bit bad though. I'm not proud of the amount of pulls I did to get all the boys. I'm not proud of that amount, but I did what I had to do. Could have been worse luck, to be honest. Raindrops pitter-patter against the umbrella. Caleb's warm scent envelops me, and my heart begins to race. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. The Southern District was never peaceful. As a lawless part of this sinful metropolis, the strong preyed on the weak. Caleb and I were only kids back then. We lived from one meal to the next and never knew when we eat again. When the city was in a state of chaos, we were separated. Our lives had changed by the time we reunited. We're no longer lost alone. Finding our way back to each other feels like a stroke of luck. But what Caleb went through during our time apart remains a mystery. He has yet to talk about it.
The councilman has recently attended a hearing about the provisions concerning the increased monitoring of predators and the protection of ordinary citizens. Afterward, the councilman refused to answer any questions from reporters. Many doubt his commitment to reform. As rumors about the councilman's uncompromising stance continue to spread, no one knows for sure whether he will respond to the mounting pressure from various parties.
The living room TV is turned into the evening news. This channel is known for its somewhat biased commentary on political figures. I'm curled up on the sofa with a plate of fruit. I can hear the shower being turned off in the bathroom. God, that hair is so good. Caleb walks out and the towel is draped over his head as he dries his wet hair. They didn't hold back. They said you were uncompromising. There's been a flood of negative press about you lately, Caleb. You haven't ruffled the feathers of important birds, have you? He walks over to the coffee table and pours a glass of water. He slightly turns his head and meets my gaze. His mouth curls into a faint smile.
I'm not sure when it comes to other people, but I might have offended the lovely lady in front of me.
His voice actor is so good.
I brought her here so she could relax. Alas, my good intentions will go unappreciated today.
I stab a piece of fruit with my fork and bring it to Caleb's lips. What about now? Are you still gonna sulk? Maybe a few bites will change your mind. A drop of water falls from Caleb's damp hair and lands on my wrist. He glances down and wipes it away with his thumb. I find myself pulling back. Haven't been together since we were kids. We've fallen into our own rhythm. Our own rhythm. It's a familiar dance of interactions. I wonder what would happen if we weren't separated. Would we have kept our dynamic?
Why'd you do that?
Caleb seems unfazed by my movement. He withdraws his hand. I was thinking all these negative stories about you popped up overnight. Did something happen again that I don't know about?
Well, you could always move in with me. Then you'll never miss a moment of my exciting life.
There's a hint of seriousness in Caleb's expression that caught me off guard. I can't look him in the eye. I'll do it if you're willing to take over my job. The LCBI has been hectic because of this new case.
Has there been a breakthrough?
We just got the investigation report on the club. It seems like there's a connection between this place and a predator who goes by the name of Perseus? I think it's how you say that. I'm not sure. Have you heard of this person before?
Isn't this the LCBI's field of expertise? How would I know anything about the predators?
He puts his... I don't know why. Gosh. He puts his glass of water down and picks up an invitation from a coffee table. It's embossed in gold.
You seem to be busy, huh? Not a lot of free time. I received an invitation to a party. I was wondering if you'd be interested in being my +1.
As a councilman, Caleb has received countless invitations for galas and parties through the year. On the other hand, I was never fond of these occasions. Is it another event where everyone kisses up to the councilman? Why should a low-ranking enforcer like me be there?
Unfortunate.
Caleb opens the invitation. He steals a glance at me before nonchalantly tilting it so I can see the host's name printed on the card. It's from the club we're investigating.
Since you're not interested, I guess I'll have to go by myself.
As Caleb starts to put the invitation to the side, I reach out. Getting on my tippy toes, I snatch it from him. I didn't say that. And going with you won't be a bad thing, right? Don't worry, I'll definitely be on time. Caleb pays no attention to my attempt to butter him up. Instead, he tussles my hair.
Now you're trying to charm me.
He's so beautiful. Oh. How could you say that? I meant every word. He understands. Oh, he's so beautiful. Question, how do you stream this? I know it's a mobile game, so I'm a bit lost in how you did it. I use an emulator, actually. You can also stream it off like your tablet and stuff like that, but I have personal information on my tablet, so I don't feel comfortable streaming it from my tablet. But I use an emulator. I use Mumu Player 12, but you can also use BlueStacks, but I find that BlueStacks is a little bit blurry when it comes to quality, so I like using Mumu Player 12. So that's how I stream mine, and then I just display capture it. Because you can't game capture this, so you have to display capture it, but that's just how I do mine. So I'm doing everything with my mouse. So this is like my actual mouse. But yeah, that's just how I do mine. I think other people do maybe do theirs differently, but that's just how I do it. Perfectly arranged vibrant flowers surround an intricate carved fountain. Lush sculpted shrub flank the sides to add to the garden's meticulous beauty. Elegant dressed guests mingle in the garden. They pluck champagne glasses and hors d'oeuvres from the trays of passing waiters. Clean. He looks so clean. And here I thought the councilman was too busy for government affairs. Who knew he was living in the lap of luxury?
I agree that government officials enjoy a few more perks than your average enforcer. If you like what you see, you can request a transfer next month.
If only I could. I told you, I
don't like extra things in your pockets. You're wearing a dress today. There are no pockets.
Why does he say it like that? Also, I'm liking that. That's just crazy. Caleb links his arm with mine, then he carefully lifts the hem of my dress that's close to touching the ground. Long tables draped in delicate white gauze are laden with an array of exquisite desserts and drinks. They invite guests to indulge themselves. I take a glass of champagne and raise it to my lips. A young man approaches us and respectfully nods at Caleb.
It's been a while since I was transferred, sir. I didn't expect to see you here.
He sounds like the coworker that was harassing us. The young man's gaze flickers between Caleb and me. I try to pull my hand away, but Caleb gently presses his palm against mine to keep it in place.
I just wanted to pay my respects. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Likewise.
Likewise. As soon as he's out of hearing range, I look at Caleb and tap his arm. Did you make him think there was something between us on purpose?
What are you talking about? Or would you rather tell me what our relationship is?
God damn, why does everything he say so innuendo-y? Like, I cannot. Caleb, stop it. Caleb looks at me with a steady gaze. His words leave me speechless, and all the confusing feelings I've been trying to ignore lately, oh God, all I've been trying to ignore lately rush into my heart. He takes the champagne from my glass and pours it into a nearby ice bucket. Annoyed, I purse my lips and reach for a Petit Four. It's just champagne. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Caleb ignores the complaint I mutter.
If you really want to define it, then we can start with those days when we struggled to survive in the Southern District. Like when we first met and were ready to beat each other up over a rotten apple. Or maybe when I shared half of my hard-earned juice with you.
What about the time I saved my money to buy you that bread you wanted? And don't forget how I protected you by wrestling a gun away from a predator when we were little. Caleb reaches out and taps on my nose and I blink.
Okay. You have the best memory in all of Lincoln. Feel free to try anything that catches your eye. Except the alcohol, of course.
Bitch, I'm 20. I'm over 21.
Socialize for a bit.
I look past Caleb's shoulder. I take note of the guests who've spotted him. As expected, they're ready to approach him at any given moment.
Entertain yourself for now. And if you decide to snoop around, be careful.
I let go of Caleb's arms. He lifts the champagne glass to discreetly bid me farewell. Then he turns and disappears into the crowd. He remembered that I didn't like these fancy gatherings. He didn't make me interact with everybody. I make my way to the dining area and sit down. As I nibble on some Petit Four, I scan my surroundings and take in everything. I'm obedient. Hello. All the waiters emerge from the side of the garden. My gaze is drawn to the grand castle-like structure that looms in the distance. There might be some valuable intel inside. I pop the last Petit Four into my mouth and I get up. While no one's watching, I walk over to the building. Watch my ass get caught. The Great Hall is adorned with luxurious tapestries. Engaged in lively conversation, small groups of people stand there and no one has noticed me. I press and venture into a seemingly endless corridor. The chatter from the Great Hall fades behind me. On either side of the corridor are rooms with their doors firmly closed.
Excuse me, are you a guest at tonight's event? I'm afraid this area is the owner's private quarters. I must ask you to head back.
I'm sorry, I made a turn and got lost. I thought this would lead me to the exit. I could feel the waiter's eyes boring holes into my back as I walk away. Not wanting to arouse any more suspicion, I quicken my pace and retreat. I know I said retweet. Returning to the Great Hall, I take a risk and glance at the waiter who caught me. To my relief, his attention seems to be elsewhere. That corridor is hiding something important. As I mull over ways to return unnoticed, a particular scent draws my attention. It's a specialized aerosol designed to expose predators. My body tenses. Years of working with the LCBI has made me all too familiar with this type of spray. Any predators who inhale it will be revealed within minutes. It's a substance that's been under layers and layers of government regulation for years. This isn't an accident. The waiters usher the guests towards the exit, and chaos envelops in the Great Hall. I take this chance to return the corridor, and noise coming from one of the rooms catches my attention. I position myself beside the door. I reach for my gun and conceal it under my dress. A faint click and turning lock catches my attention. Before I can react, a hand grabs my arm and yanks me into the room. My back is pressed against a warm chest, and a hand clamped over my mouth. Darkness floods my vision as my eyes adjust to the dimly lit room. I jab my elbow back. The attacker anticipates this, and their grip around me tightens.
Don't speak.
Caleb? For a split second I freeze, then all the fight with me disappears. I could feel Caleb's chest rising and falling against my back. His close proximity makes me aware of my racing heart.
Hurry! Find the predators!
Wait,
now!
are they looking for him? Then Caleb is... As adrenaline fades, I notice the heavy breathing in my ear. Cautious, I turn my head to get closer. PSA, I'm gonna say this right now. Warning, there's gonna be heavy breathing and potential moaning-like noises. So, I'm gonna say that right now. Caleb, you're a predator? The realization hit me like a bolt of lightning. The spray that intended to expose the predators triggered his transformation. Also, damn, he looks so good. There's no time for questions. Alarm rings through the building and there are wails drowning out any chance for explanation.
Yeah. I'm the club's owner. That infamous predator all of you were whispering about. Are you going to arrest me now?
That's not even a thought in the mind right now, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. Caleb pretends to smile. He leans against the wall. His eyes dart around. A mixture of emotion betrays his expression. I don't know where the LCBI takes predators they've captured, but it can't be a nice place. I have no idea how Caleb became a predator, but I can't just stand here and let him be killed. The thought of arresting Caleb doesn't even cross my mind. I move to support him, but he gently pushes me away.
I'm not exactly stable right now. Keep your distance.
Oh my god. Footsteps come to halt outside the door. Oh my god, it's too fast! Footsteps come to halt outside the door. Ignoring Caleb's protest, I grab his arm and drag him to the window on the other side of the room. I push it open. We'll be caught if we stay. Let's go. The SUV races down the road like an arrow that was shot from a bow. Driving the car, I only allow myself to breathe when the club is behind us.
And here I thought you were gonna slap cuffs on me. Who knew enforcers could play favorites?
You probably know what they do to the predators better than me. How could I ever hand you over to them? I gulp. I'm torn between the anger of his secrecy and the pain that he thought I'd actually turn him in. Don't lie to me. I want the truth. I want it now. How did you become a predator? In the back seat, Caleb leans against the door, his hand resting on it. I glance at the rearview mirror and see his expression become more somber.
After we were separated that day, one of the predators attacked me. I thought I was done for. But I survived. The catch was that I became one of them.
No, our baby. The cuffs are for later. Oh, maybe. Maybe. He recounts it casually, but I can sense the weight of the unspoken pain behind his words. There's a lot he's not saying. My hand tightens on the steering wheel, and a storm of emotions churns inside me. And this isn't the first time you've lost control.
When I first turned, I was in a frenzy for a long time. To keep others safe, I had no choice but to isolate myself. Then I ran into a group of people one day. They weren't predators, but they took me away.
Did they make you a test subject for research on predators? I saw cases like this during my time at the LCBI. Somebody is always looking to exploit the predators.
After I became the councilman, I tried to track them down. But every lead turned into a dead end. There's one thing I do know, though. They implanted something called an activator inside me.
An activator, does it keep your frenzied state in check?
Not bad. The activator helps predators like me snap out of it when we go into a frenzy.
Remember that, guys.
But that state, it messes with your head. Everything from back then is a blur. I don't even remember where they put the activator. It's hazy. But I do remember bits and pieces. At some point, I fought my way out and escaped.
Okay, so basically for people that are like, what the fuck is a predator? Think of like, I don't like using the term werewolf or anything like that, but think of like a cannibalistic feral person. That's kind of what it is. Because they will literally kill everybody and anybody when they're in a frenzy. So like, think of them like in a cannibalistic rage. Yeah, basically. Having worked with the LCBI for years, I'm all too familiar with what happens when the predators lose control. When Caleb went through all this alone, was it as easy as he's making it sound? The aerosol for predators, it was meant for you.
Correct.
Still trying to
I
expose
founded the
you.
club. It was a cover at first. A way to blend in and have a legitimate identity, you know? But as the club's reputation grew, it started turning heads. Not all of them are friendly, in case you were wondering.
I'd assume not. I guess you can't show up as the councilman for a while, huh? Not when the aerosol is still affecting you? You're being watched. Your home isn't safe anymore. I turn the steering wheel to the right and the tire screeches. The car lurches in another direction. Let's go somewhere else. If someone's targeting Caleb, they probably have a stake out at his place. Going there would be like walking right into their hands. The Southern District is where the predators gather. That might be the safest place for him right now. It's also where we grew up. Caleb pulled out a small device and his fingers dance across the screen. In an instant, our car, conspicuous as prowling beast, vanishes and melts seamlessly into the surrounding landscape. We ended up as a... Okay. They're just like, let's go quick. So fast that I can't see. Something in the Southern District. It's a melting pot here. The winding alleys can be used for cover. We should be safe here without any pursuers for now. Puddling of dirty water that dot the cracked pavement, weathered concrete buildings stand next to each other. Their gray appearance is a testament to the passage of time. These structures are relics and are amongst the oldest in the city. So if I'm reading fast, they make it go fast. Caleb offers his hand. I take it with a small hop. We move past a small puddle together. That's very cute. It's been years since we set foot in this place.
Do you miss it?
I do, and do you know what I miss the most? The little electronic bird we rescued from a dumpster when we were kids. As we turn the corner, the sights and sound of bustling marketplace engulf us. I used one as my alarm clock, and every morning you'd grumble about how noisy it was when you threatened to throw it away, but you never did.
You think I couldn't part with that noisy bird? I just couldn't bear to see someone in tears.
I wouldn't have minded. After all, I knew somebody would be there to comfort me. The street is far from ordinary. You can find daily necessities along with manners of contraband here. Photon bombs, pulse rifles, and signal jammers for sale. We've been gone for a few years. Now look at this place. They threw caution to the wind.
All I remember was someone confusing a real gun for a fake. Then she tried to rob me.
Sounds about right. I mean, it worked. He was scared out of his wits. Look over there. They're actually selling predators like merchandise. They even have price tags. Bitch, you have a price tag.
I consider myself lucky I wasn't put up for sale back then.
You have a price tag. What do you mean? Oh my gosh. I would have tried to find you and come back to this place 1,000 times if I had to. Assuming you were sold, I'd find a way to see you again. I would have rescued you and made sure you were free. Caleb tightens his grip on my hand.
Freedom isn't everything to me. Being with you is what matters.
Oh my
After
god,
we
I'm
got
kicking my feet
separated,
underneath my desk.
I tried to find you.
I'm dying right now. Even if you didn't say it, I knew you'd look for me. I was also trying to find you. Caleb gives me a long, meaningful look. He said, baby girl, I love you. After walking around the market all afternoon, we find ourselves in a certain spot as evening falls. As always, the streets are bathed in a familiar glow of the sunset. At the end of the street stands an abandoned watchtower, its spire partially in the way of the setting sun. Is it me or is just the tower look much taller than when we were kids? Caleb turns to look at me and then he playfully raises his hand to measure my height.
I think it's because you've gotten taller. You're practically a giant compared to back then.
The same can be said about you. Thanks for the random compliment. The watchtower stands as the tallest structure in this part of the southern district. Its top floor has been abandoned for a long time. Many years ago, the elder watchtower keeper took us in. We had a shelter within these walls and shared a small room on one of the floors. Flashback.
I'm gone. You two should stay here.
Where are you going? You're not going to stay here with us anymore?
I'm going to a place where little ones can't go.
Bitch, this made me cry the first time I read this. The streets of the southern hemisphere were blanketed in the snow that winter. Caleb and I laid the old man to rest. After he passed away, his place became our home, and our small bed was next to the window. Back then, I could see the sky if I looked up. Sometimes I could see Caleb's figure perched on the iron frame outside, just like right now. Bitch, that made me cry so much. I'm not gonna lie to you. This old man died and said that. What he said made it even more sad. He was like, where I'm going, little ones can't go. And I was like, bitch, I don't even like kids. And that made me cry. What the fuck? Whenever I saw you sitting here all by yourself, I was scared. I thought you were going to leave me behind. I climbed through the window and sit next to Caleb.
Really? Where would I even go?
Maybe you'd head to the city across the river. Caleb raises his arm and wraps it around my shoulders as he looks at the opposite shore.
Do you remember what I told you when you gave me that necklace in this very spot?
It happened after we reunited with each other. I want you to have this necklace. If we're ever separated for a long time, I'll be able to find you so long as you have this necklace. It doesn't matter how much you might change.
You're giving me a gift and didn't even give me a warning.
It's an easy return to the favor. My wish is a simple one. I want us to have a home together. That's all I ask. Caleb raises his hand and the necklace apple-shaped pendant hanging from his finger. It reflects a soft silvery light against the backdrop of the setting sun. The river splits the city in two. Our side is the southern district that's dirty and chaotic. The other side, though, is a city of towering skyscrapers and bustling streets. It's as the sunset prefers that place. The river under our feet sparkle in the setting sun, just like before we start the city on the opposite shore.
I promise our home will be there.
Gah. I'm crying in this club. Crying in this club, guys.
Be there.
Oh my god. Did I save that? I didn't. Give me that. Give me that line.
I promise our home will be there.
Oh my gosh. I'm crying. I can't help it. Even though he's talking about the city across the river, Caleb's gaze is fixated on me. It shimmers like the water's surface and reflects emotions in their depths. I appreciate the sentiment, but you can't go back on your own place. You can't go back to your own place. What will you do now?
I think I'll just disappear for a while. Let's see what my pursuers do.
Oh my god, Caleb. Caleb stands up and he holds out his hand to me.
Do you want to check it out?
Isn't it old and abandoned?
Maybe a kind soul stopped by and spruced it up.
Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? I follow Caleb up the winding staircase to the top of the tower. The bare cement walls are exactly as I remember them. The old sturdy wooden door hasn't changed either. I have a feeling a big surprise is waiting for me. Caleb just smiles and nods towards the door. He suddenly urges me to open it. Confused yet curious, I just do that. I'm stunned. The interior has been completely transformed and the top floor has been divided into several fully furnished rooms. I stop in my tracks. With widened eyes, I turn to Caleb. When did you turn this? I'm sorry. This is very cute. When did you turn the watchtower into this?
You weren't the only one who missed this place.
It really feels like a home now. I approach the nearest room and reach for the doorknob. But before I can turn it, Caleb's hand covers mine. He's standing right behind me. His face is so close to my ear as he leans in.
This room isn't quite finished yet. We'll save it for another time.
I turn my head and study his expression. It's your secret base, isn't it? I said it was his gooner
Sometimes
room,
secrets
but
are nothing more
that
than
was
the
me,
burdens we
though.
carry.
As he said something very intimate as I say that. Sorry. I thought it was his gooner room, though. So, sometimes secrets are nothing more than the burdens we carry. Brother, why are you so fucking deep?
And right now, my biggest secret is trying to figure out how to decorate this room.
Caleb's honesty is disarming. I decided to let go of my suspicions.
Why don't we do a trade? I'll show you something I know you'll like instead.
Caleb takes a step back and picks up a small tablet from the nearby cabinet. His fingers dance around the screen. A soft whirling catches my attention. My eyes try to look for a source of the sound. At the far end of the room, a hidden door slides open. Lights flicker on the reveal of an arsenal of weapons. At the back, a sleek new aircraft gleams on the launch pad. It's ready to take to the skies at the moment's notice. Caleb, you've been way too busy behind my back. My fingers trace the sleek lines of the new pistol. It's the one I requested from the LCBI, but I never received it.
I think you're upset because I didn't tell you I had your dream gun. I can see the saliva dripping out of your mouth.
No. Didn't you say I wouldn't like this place? I should act excited then. I wouldn't want to disappoint you. Oh my gosh. Got a fucking gun. In one swift motion, I point the gun at Caleb's forehead. He doesn't even flinch and he smiles and I crosses his arms. I can't even scare you anymore. Lame. I toss the gun back to Caleb.
Who says I was scared? Maybe I was just playing along the whole time.
Caleb, you're terrible.
How? You used to be happy every day. Those were good times.
As long as you're by my side, I can be as happy as I am now every day. Bitch, what the fuck? Oh my god. This story is really clenching the angst. Caleb has moved into the watchtower and I've temporarily relocated there as well. The LCBI's crackdown on the club led to the arrest of several predators. They also quickly identified the true culprit behind the murder. During that day, I continued with my usual work while secretly investigating and researching ways to help the predators quickly recover from their frenzied state. At night, I returned to the secret base where Caleb waits. His sudden disappearance has thrown the outside world into chaos. There are even more rumors that Caleb himself might be a predator, yet Caleb seems unfazed. He often spends time alone in the armory and tinkers with discarded parts. Sometimes a holographic screen shows the news while he busies himself with an aloof air. He listens to it. We often find ourselves at the bed by the window. My head rests on Caleb's arm while we chat quietly and gaze at the scenery outside when it's nighttime. These simple moments of companionship, in my memory, I only experienced them in a brief distant past I can recall. Sometimes I can't help but think these precious moments are like sand in an hourglass. They'll eventually run out when the day Caleb will leave the sanctuary to face the storm outside. Ugh, the angst. In a hazy state between sleep and being conscious, I hear birds chirping, their cries drift into somewhere beyond the edge of my fading dream. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. As warmth beneath my fingertips becomes more pronounced, I open my eyes. Caleb's sleeping face is just centimeters away from mine. Gee. Bruh. Who knew looking at a man sleeping would be so sexy? I realize half my body is draped over Caleb's chest and my palm rests on his collarbone. His eyelashes flutter ever so slightly with every breath he takes. As the reality of our position sinks in, I don't move in case my breath disturbs this moment. I don't think we were like this when we fell asleep last night. I slowly lift my hand and try to move away, but Caleb is fast asleep and unaware of my movements. His eyelashes are still as long as they were when we were kids. Oh, we get to touch him. We get to touch him. We're the cops. Oh, they're coming. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Lamau. Okay, well. So, I'm not. Okay. I just think when people are relaxed, they're very sexy. Also, this hair is really doing it for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this hair on real life people, but I love this hair on them. So, yeah, take that with what you may. But also, I don't really care for real life people, so... After watching him for a moment, I poke his chin. He doesn't stir. I guess he's out cold. Let's touch him! I decide to be a little more mischievous and tickle. him, I finally get a reaction. He stirs, wrapping his arms around me as he rolls over. His chin rests on the top of my head. It's as if he's about to wake up. I quickly close my eyes and pretend to be asleep. A moment passes before Caleb embraces me more tightly. He strokes the back of my head.
You wake me up only to pretend you're asleep?
Oh my god, men's sleepy voices. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I didn't wake you up. It was the birds.
Birds aren't that mischievous. Birds aren't that mischievous.
He. I try to cover Caleb's mouth with my hands, but he softly laughs. He props himself up on his elbows and catches my wrists.
I finally managed to get rid of that electronic bird alarm of yours. And now you've decided to wake me up every morning?
Okay. So you still have a grudge against my bird alarm. It wasn't that bad. Our faces are so close that our noses are almost touching. His breath is warm against my cheek, and in the soft morning light, I can see his fine, delicate hair. Something in the air seems to shift. I acknowledge it, but I don't think about it. Instead, I close my eyes for a moment. I can hear heart racing, but I'm not sure if it's his or mine. Caleb traces the path down my palm, and I notice how his gaze settles on my lips. Are they gonna smooch? Will he move closer? It's at this moment I've become keenly aware of a secret longing hidden deep within my heart. She wants him to smooch her. Fucking birds. Fucking birds. Caleb slightly lowers his head and nuzzles my cheek. Back shots. Every time someone turns around, back shots. I hold my breath when he only reveals a slight smile before quickly rolling down and burying his face in the pillow.
You know, I miss that electronic bird. At least it had an off switch.
Fuck you, Caleb. Understanding what he's implying, I blush. I turn on my side and playfully poke his back. Hey, that's not the point of having an electronic bird. If small animals suddenly start to make a fuss, that could mean something's off. Should we head up to the rooftop and check it out? Following the sound, we arrive at the watchtower's roof, where a spacious terrace awaits. The early morning air is veiled in a thin, gossamer like mist. Oh my gosh, I can't deal with these words. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. At the edge of the terrace, we see a small bird's nest. Inside it are a few baby birds huddling together. They shiver despite their efforts and to keep another warm. Their mother isn't around. I crouch down and gently wrap my shawl around the edge of the nest. Once winter ends, they'll be adults. They'll leave their nest one day and fly off to new places. Do you think they'll all fly in the same direction when they leave?
Probably.
I feel like you're lying to me, Caleb. Caleb stoops down next to me.
Are you cold?
Yeah. Caleb chuckles softly and hugs me. Oh, so intimate.
Even if they're separated for a long time, they'll reunite because they choose to remain by each other's side.
Okay, good. I did save that. Then they'll never leave each other in the future?
No matter where they're headed, they'll always fly together.
Did I like that one? No. Well, it's mine now.
After all, there will always be one bird in this world who stands out from the rest. She's special. She'll be your one and only choice.
Go, my heart. My eyes are looking at the baby bird's nest, but my mind is thinking about something else. I wonder, when will Caleb leave this place?
I'll have to head back soon.
Oh, he fucking answered my brain, unfortunately. During our time in the watchtower, I knew Caleb has always kept an eye on the events in the outside world. Maybe someone is secretly sending him messages through the news broadcasts, or he has another way of staying informed. He's not the kind of bird that would make a permanent nest in a place like this. My body tenses, but I force myself to smile and appear nonchalant. A lot of people are looking for you. They might be losing their minds right now.
Everything will be resolved soon.
You say that, but I'm scared. Light spills across the river and bathes the rooftop in a golden glow. Caleb and I decide to sit down and take in the view. I rest my head on his shoulders and a heaviness settles in my chest. It's time. Caleb must leave this place. I try to reassure myself that it's not that bad. After all, Caleb promised he'd always be there for me. I readjust the monotony of going home and going back to work. Caleb still visits me, but we don't return to the watchtower. That's the only real change. It's another late night at the office, and as I plan to pack up going home, I find myself glancing out the window. My eyes are drawn to the street below. Across the LCBI building and the underglow of a soft street light sits a black car. It's sadly parked along the curb. I make my way downstairs as usual, and I pause at the entrance, but hesitate for a moment. I decide to approach the car. Hi, Seb. Oh, he looks fine as usual. I open the door as I expected. Caleb is in the back seat, is engrossed with the data only he can understand on his tablet. You're here whenever I work late. Aren't you tired? And you're always right on time. Don't tell me you have an insider in the LCBI.
Don't worry. You're my one and only insider at the LCBI.
Tee-hee-hee.
I'm just doing my part to make sure there aren't any more annoying coworkers when I'm not around.
Ever since Caleb returned to his government job, the political climate has become ruthless. A power struggle between opposing factions is playing out behind the scenes. You're so keen on handling my affairs. What about yours? Caleb remains silent. The car engine starts and we slowly begin to cruise through the streets at midnight.
I just wanted to see you.
You can do that whenever you want.
The people behind the aerosol attack at the club are trying to take me down. They'll stop at nothing to seize power.
I'm completely in the dark about your plans and what you're going through, Caleb. If only...
Do you want us to keep living like this?
Caleb cuts me off as we drive. The street lights flicker. His profile shifts between light and shadows. You already know my wish.
Our little chess game has reached the final round.
But you'll keep facing new threats because of them, right? Answer me, Caleb.
Yes.
Caleb reaches across the space between us. He tries to hold my hand, but I move away. His lips form a thin line while resignation and determination mix on his face. He tries again, and our fingers intertwine in his firm grip. Caleb's emitting a lot of information. In this case, I have to uncover the truth on my own. With all these new weapons at Caleb's base at the With all these weapons in Caleb's base at the watchtower, maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. I visit almost every place except for that room. I never open the door to it. Bitch, we're going in. It's been a while since I set foot in the watchtower. Everything exactly where we left it. For a split second, I have this absurd notion that if I push the door open, Caleb will be waiting for me. I approach the room he never lets me enter. I only want to see if the door is locked, but to my surprise, it opens. Oh, shit! What is this? As soon as I look inside, I freeze. One of the walls is covered in a wide array of screens for surveillance cameras. I recognize several of the locations on the display. The streets outside the LCBI office, then this blinking red dot is my current location. No wonder Caleb always knew where I was. How long has this room been here? Why is he always doing the surveillance anyways? But the thing is that sent a chill down my spine is the heavy-headed chains on the floor. They're next to the monitors. I pick up the chains and trace the dark red stains that speak of desperate struggle. I should have known. Caleb is a predator. It's impossible for him not to go into a frenzy. He loses all reason when he's in that state. Maybe this is where he confines himself so he doesn't hurt anyone. I take a deep breath and try to calm my beating heart. I put the chains down, notes and notebook on the nearby tablet. I open it. Or no, nearby table. I open it. The first words on the page that make my breath hitch. Long time no see. The entry date is from several years ago. This was written before I reunited with Caleb. My heart pounds in my chest as I flip to the next page. Oh, it's gonna get intense, boys.
The LCBI is always busy. She's working late every night. Another late night snack. She must really like this place.
I quickly flip through several pages.
Is she still looking for me? Or did she forget about me? Now that she's surrounded by other people. I returned to the watchtower today.
After I recover from initial shock, a complex emotion washes over me. I close the notebook and dial Caleb's number.
Hello?
Yes, his name is my apple, by the way. Do not call my ass out for that. Where are you? Bruh, okay, I have to say this right now. Take note of the fact that she wasn't even mad that he was stalking. Take note that she wasn't even mad that he was stalking her. She was more mad that he didn't talk to her. Like he's been watching her for years, even before they met each other, and she was more mad that he didn't talk to her. She wasn't even mad that he literally was stalking her. Like, what a queen. The streets are eerie quiet in the dead of night. I ride my motorcycle to Caleb's apartment. I run my thumb over the notebook's cover one last time before knocking on Caleb's door. Bruh, what is that fucking smirk? There are things you refuse to tell me about, so I had to find the answers myself. My unwavering gaze is fixated on Caleb. He notices my expression and sees the notebook in my hand. A resigned smile flickers across his face.
Come in.
Yeah, bitch, I know about your secrets. I know everything.
I thought we agreed that room was off limits.
Well, it's not.
I told you that secrets are nothing but burdens on the heart.
Give me your secrets. I want to eat them like dinner. Nom 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 nom. This involves the both of us. What gives you the right to keep me in the dark? I hold up the notebook. If you knew where I was this whole entire time, why didn't you see me sooner?
Well, you saw everything. The surveillance equipment, the chains. I'm a predator now, too. Back then, I couldn't trust myself not to hurt you.
That's a good picture. So you made that choice for both of us? We stand where we are. Neither of us is willing to break the stalemate. Then Caleb takes a step towards me. Gotta get the crazy eyes going.
Both of us know this city has no safe haven for the predators. To be with you again, I need to secure an unassailable identity. My plan is almost done, but I need to be in the crosshairs. I can't risk dragging you into it. That's why I needed to disappear for a while.
Even if we're separated for a long time, they'll reunite because they choose to remain by each other's side. No matter where they are headed, they'll always fly together. Who should I believe? The Caleb who made those promises, or the Caleb standing in front of me? Ooh, this is getting intense.
Pipsqueak.
Do not judge me. I take a step back, but Caleb takes my hands.
Everything you saw was my doing. But I have to ask.
What are you gonna ask?
Will you leave me?
Never! Take my hand, Caleb. We can be together forever. Is my answer that important to you?
It means everything to me.
Oh my god, did I save those? Well, they're saved now. Then stop doing things that'll drive me away. Promise me that you'll stay safe.
I promise I'll stay safe.
Just gotta stick that too down. Thank you very much. I gently wrap my arms around Caleb. Caleb, it's not that I'm any good at waiting. I just trust your judgment. So don't keep me waiting too long. Bitch. Oh my god. Since that night, Caleb said goodbye to me. His car never appeared outside the LCBI building again. Those rare nights when I worked overtime, I found myself waiting in the van for the person to pick me up. The LCBI is as busy as ever. We developed new tracking gadgets that can deter predators, at least for decreasing cases. Caleb has accomplished what he set out to do. I thought if I trusted him and waited, he'd return. Then a news report shakes all of Lincoln. The long-absent councilman is confirmed to be a highly dangerous predator, and he's already been assassinated. Rumors circulate through every shadow corner of the city, yet I have no way of contacting the person in the eye of the storm. But I won't let him disappear from my life. Bitch, he's been assassinated! Or so he says. A fine layer of dust covers the door to Caleb's apartment. No one has ever been to this place in quite some time. I know the passcode. When I open the door, I'm greeted by silence and the floor with items strew about. As I step into the room, my foot brushes against bullet casings. Papers on the floor, papers on the sofa and floor. The bullet is lodged into the wall. The one pristine white surface is marred with bloodstains. It can't be. Caleb is a predator. He wouldn't go down that easily. He must be at the watchtower. If Caleb is injured or in a frenzy, he'd go there. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. People who are not interested in seeing the spicier bits, you may want to leave right now because we're about to get into the kindled in a bit. So it's about to get loud, it's about to get proud, and it's about to get freaky. So I will give you that 3-minute warning. So in about 2 to 3 minutes, it's about to get freaky in here. So I said my piece. I raced to the watchtower, standing before the door. I gripped the handle and pushed the door open without hesitation. Hype for the cups. Oh, it's going to get freaky in here. Ah! Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is so good looking. The rattle of chains echoes through the room. In the case of the screens, Caleb is immobilized by several chains. He raises his head. Raises. Oh god, I can't. I'm getting distracted. He slowly raises his head. The muzzle gleams with the silvery sheen of the screen, dim lit. I haven't seen Caleb's eyes this sharp before. He's injured, and despite the predators having extraordinary healing abilities, traces of blood still stain his arm.
You figured out what happened, didn't you? So why are you here?
Oh my god, bitch, I don't care. I'm putting both headphones on for this. Please, parents, do not come in. I need to experience this.
You're the last person who should be in front of me right now.
Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, there's going to be lots of heavy breathing and whimpering. So, like I said, please have your headphones on unless you want to experience that other, I don't know. What about you? You promised to keep yourself safe, so why did you break your promise? Caleb, you're the one who owes me answers. Jesus Christ!
I can't give you an answer to every question.
I won't leave you here all by yourself. And you're wrong. I'm the only one who has every right to be here right now. Oh my god. You're gonna see me freak the fuck out. So I can't keep those noises.
I can't give you an answer to every question.
Oh my god, I wish I could keep the I'm sorry. Caleb struggles before me. His eyes reveal his pain, and yet there's also a dangerous gleam. The chains on his wrist clatter to the ground. A dangerous aura surrounds Caleb. Ooh, here's the cuffs. The cuffs. He has the cuffs on right now. Let's go. He slowly approaches me and the chains drag on the floor. I back away, but deep down I know he would never hurt me. Here it goes, baby! Here it comes! Warning!
Since you chose to enter this room, leaving is no longer an option.
Put the collar on him? I will. Also, we're going to do the good ending first. So, I'm going to warn you right now. We're doing the good ending first.
Scared. You moved. Where did all that courage go?
Oh my god. Got them cuffs on him. How about that? Like that? You're in pain right now. Wait, bitch, what? I can't read. You're in pain right now, right? I'm here to help you. That body, though. That body, though. This calms Caleb to extent. I need to find the activator on his body. Oh, it's about to get spicy. I'm going to tell you this right now. The necklace I gave you, you still wear it? Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Oh, eat it.
Initiating full body scan of the target.
Oh my god. This is about to get spicy with the noises. I apologize for your ears. I'm never defeating those Gooner allegations. I'm literally scroping a man right now. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Probing for something.
Every day, all day. Caleb, you're the prey. Wait, what? She's what the fuck? Oh my god. You're the prey here. Don't forget that. Oh my god.
Am I a plaything to you?
I won't answer that. Did you guys see that? That red thing? That's the activator. So you have to press it to make him not go, like, to get out of the frenzy. The activator's behind his ear.
You approached me first. You walked right into my trap.
Turn it off. Oh my god, this is so much better with headphones. 10 out of 10.
Are you doing this out of pity? Then, when this night is over, will you stay with me?
I will stay with you forever. Whoa there. Whoa there. Getting freaky. Okay, so we got the good ending now. So Caleb holds me tightly in his arms. I wrap my arms around his neck, and my hands slowly trace the patterns along his spine. We stay like this for what feels like an eternity. Then Caleb slightly loosens his grip and nuzzles my cheek.
I'm okay now.
They told me you were dead. Someone assassinated you. I saw the blood in your apartment and thought it was yours.
They were wrong. I promised to come back to you, didn't I? I won't go down without a fight.
Caleb gently opens my hand and presses it against his cheek. I don't believe that. I need to check it myself. Do you have any medicine here?
It's in the
God, that
cabin
was so
over there.
intense. That was so intense. I get up and retrieve the first aid kit, then I sit down next to Caleb. His body is marked with several bloody scabs from the chains, and I carefully remove them. I apply medicine to each wound. Don't neglect your injuries just because you're a predator.
You care about me, and that's more than enough.
Caleb hasn't fully recovered. His head slightly droops to show his weakened state. As I finish treating his wounds, I get up to return the first aid kit to the cabinet. Caleb grabs my arms and I loosen my balance, and I tumble into his embrace.
There's so much I need to tell you.
Caleb, I'm not going anywhere. I have all the time in the world.
Back then, I used to love being alone in this room.
Caleb pulls me close as he lifts his head. He stares at the screen that lines the wall, and his fingers linger among them.
I
on
always
them.
wondered what you were doing and what you were thinking. I questioned why you went to certain places, who you hung out with. And I was worried. If you ever found out how I kept an eye on everything you did for all those years, would you leave me without a second thought?
My Shayla! His gaze shifts back to me. The calm surface of his eyes fail to hide the tempest of emotions underneath. Whenever you want us to go, whatever you want us to do, I'll be there, no questions asked. So instead of watching me from afar, why don't you experience life by my side?
From now on, I'll be by your side every day.
Thank you very much. Caleb's gaze softens. He buries his head in my shoulder as if he's seeking the certainty of warmth in my embrace.
I already dealt with the assassin who came after me this time. I'll track down all of his accomplices. It's not about sending a message, you know. I won't let anyone of those insurgents slip through my fingers. And once we leave this room, I'll make your wish come true.
The home I want is the one where we're together. If you leave me behind again, I'll lock you up in here myself.
Do whatever you want with me. But let me rest in your arms for now.
Give me that. Thank you. Okay. We stayed in the room for a long time, and together Caleb and I wrote down the date in the notebook he used to track my movements. That entry might be the last page. Eventually, everything dramatically changed as Caleb predicted. As councilman, Caleb reconstructed the city's core leadership and implemented several measures to prevent and reduce predator attacks on civilians. These initiatives became talk of the town, and any doubts about his status as a predator disappeared as a passing breeze. My wish finally came true.
Are you heading out early today?
I saw your friend again. He's waiting for you outside.
It must be nice to have someone pick you up every day.
Smiling, I say goodbye to my colleagues, grab my bag, and I run down the stairs. It rained during the day, so the night air is coated in the scent of dampened earth. Caleb is standing by the car. As soon as he sees me, he opens the door and gets in. I quickly follow suit. You got off work early, Mr. Councilman. I was planning to go home by myself.
We don't always have free time. Why don't we do something exciting this evening?
Sounds like you already have plans.
There's gonna be a movie tonight. Do you want to watch it with me?
I thought it'd be more of a grand than that. It's just a movie, huh?
Yeah, a re-release. When it first came out, I still hadn't found you yet.
So you watched alone back then?
Yep. And I thought it was a great film. At the time, I hoped I could watch it again with you. I've been holding on to this wish for so long. Won't you help me make it come true?
It's not like I could say no. As we stop at the red light, I gently pat Caleb's hand. In response, he takes mine and holds it tight. As we drive through the streets, I find myself once again surrounded by the familiar sights I passed by countless times before. Only when Caleb is by my side does this familiar path we used to go home feel like it leads somewhere. And I know that we'll walk down this path together, side by side, always and forever. Bitch! This happy ending makes me so happy. That's what makes the bad part ending hurt so much more. It's because that ending is so happy, and it's called Parting Clouds. I hate the bad endings, but I need to give you guys the full experience, so unfortunately we're gonna have to go through the bad endings, which I don't really want to deal with. Oh my god. I can't. Okay. I fucking hate this ending. I hate the bad endings. And, like, I think all but one of them. Okay, we're going back to the Kindled. I'm sorry. We're gonna be sexy for a moment. Also, it's gonna take a bit, because this is a long one, so it takes a bit to load. I apologize. Oh my gosh. Dude, that was so intense. They're called bad endings. I know. Well, there's a good and a bad ending. So in original Otome games, they always have bad and good endings, like bad and good routes. And so normally this game only has one ending when it comes to the 5 stars, but I think they wanted to go towards the original Otome, like, endings, and so they gave us a good ending and a bad ending. And to achieve the bad ending, you basically have to, like, lose your sanity. And so you have to basically let him bite you. So we're going to lose our sanity this time, and we're going to experience the pain and suffering that is the bad ending.
You approached me first. You walked right into my trap.
So we're not going to let him turn. We're not going to turn it off.
The path ahead is treacherous. So why don't we lose ourselves in each other?
He is biting us. As soon as Caleb's teeth sink into my neck, the world around me starts to blur. Shaking, I slump to the floor. The last thing I feel is Caleb's burning body against mine. His searing heat envelops me as my strength fades. My consciousness slips into a pitch-black void. A sharp pain in my neck jolts me from my stupor. When I come to my senses, I see the flickering lights of the screen. Someone's arms are tightly wrapped around me. Caleb?
I'm here.
His head lowered and his pupils have become unnaturally dark.
I want to say goodbye properly.
Caleb, what are you talking about? I try to lift my hand. I want to touch him, but my fingers betray me. They tremble uncontrollably. Caleb's burning hand envelops mine as he guides it to his cheek. He slightly turns his head and plants a soft kiss on my palm.
I'm afraid you'll blame me later because I didn't tell you anything.
Don't go. Desperate, I try to hold onto his hand, but it's as if he slipped through my fingers no matter what I do.
I might be in a frenzy for a long time. Wait for me. When I recover, I'll return to you.
Don't. You can stay here, or you can let me become with you.
I can't. You'll be in danger.
He pulls me closer and holds me tighter. I press myself against him. I try to commit every sensation, every breath to his memory. But Caleb's presence begins to disappear. I try to grab him, but my fingers only brush up against the hem of his top.
Rest. When you wake up, it will all be over. As long as you're here, I'll find my way back to you.
Don't. Caleb, don't leave me, please.
Wait for me.
All I can hear is Caleb's heartbeat, and then it slowly fades into the distance. The door closes with a soft click. He's gone. The world around me becomes pitch black void. I fall once into the depths of unconsciousness. I brought you your favorite birdseed again today. The tiny fledglings have grown up. They're crowding around the edge of the nest. Each one of them wants to be my first to snatch up the food from my hand. Calm down, you guys aren't starving. After distributing the food, I sit down on the rooftop. The early morning light is gentle. It filters through the clouds and mist to spread amongst the river below. In moments like these, I often imagine another presence. Perhaps the ghost of a companion is sitting next to me or even embracing me. Caleb, where are you now? When will you come back to me? A gentle breeze ruffles my hair as I gaze into the sparkling river below. Just as I've done this countless times in the past, I will do it countless times in the future. Basically, a sad ending. He doesn't come back. He tells her that he's going to come back. He doesn't come back. And it's basically just abandoned in that watchtower, waiting for him to come back when he's never going to come back. Oh my god. I'm already mentally ill. I don't need this. Oh my gosh. That shit is so sad. It actually... I think when I first watched this, actually, I cried. Because it was really sad to me. The thought of, like, waiting for somebody to come back. And they just don't come back. They're never going to come back. And so... when I first watched this, I cried. Because I was like, bruh, I'm so sad. I can't do this. I'm already mentally ill. I don't need any more help with that shit. Oh my god. Fuck. Dude, that took forever. Well, that took fucking forever. Oh my gosh. And then we have Zayne's we still gotta do. Oh my god, Caleb, fuck you. Get out of here. You piss me off now. The good ending was good, but the bad ending was bad. So this one's called Immediate Disorder. Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Can I not? Huh? Oh yeah, so this one has two endings. They all have two endings, so good and bad. This one's good ending is called Fresh Snow, and the other one's called Captive Night. Oh my god. I don't know how long this is going to take, so... I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I have to get some more water, so I'll be right back.
That damn predator. They didn't catch up, right? It's you, Warden.
Bless these outfits. Also, I'm back. This is the last one we're doing today.
You were the predator this whole time, Zayne. I'll have you know I donated money to build a statue in front of the city hall. I'm Lincoln's most...
Well, now you're dead. The ice shards pierce his body and silence him.
I don't need to know that.
Oh my gosh. I'm not a Zayne girly, I'm gonna say that right now, but I can appreciate him. Troubled, I stare into the case words, case closure report form on my computer screen. My junior leans over in her workstation and calls me out to in a low voice. Shush, we're still in the office. The bureau chief may nag you if he hears you.
Okay, Miss Enforcer. I heard the bureau chief say the serial killer we're investigating murdered the councilman yesterday. They also said they're closing the case and won't pursue it any further.
Why does this keep happening? I turn my attention to the serial killer file and start reading it. The suspect is male, real name unknown. The Lincoln Bureau of Investigation and the LCBI gave him the codename Gallon? I think it's Gallon. Over the past 5 years, Gallon has been responsible for numerous crime targeting political figures and business tycoons. In addition, there have been eyewitness reports of Gallon killing predators who have lost their minds across Lincoln. After conducting multiple on-site... Oh, excuse me? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. What the heck? Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. That's sweet. Thank you. After conducting multiple on-site investigations, the LCBI has determined that Gallon is an ordinary person. He's a predator, an SSS Class 1 to be exact. This is the highest threat level one can receive.
Whenever we're halfway through an investigation, they close the case. But Galen is strange too. He's a predator, yet he's killing other predators.
Yeah, he's killing other predators. Have you finished analyzing the security camera footage I asked you to check a few days ago?
I have. Take a look at this. The last trace of Galen shows him passing by Oxo Clinic in the Southern District.
What? Hearing that familiar name, I can't help but freeze for a moment.
Yeah, it's Oxo Clinic. Is there a problem?
Is there a problem? It's nothing. Wow. Oh, thank you so much for the biddies. What the heck? I would do an ara, but I'm sick right now, so I can't do them because my throat is like really fucked up. But thank you so much, though. I can do like a really shitty one. Thank you so much. It's nothing. I did the security camera to get a clear image of the serial killer.
I'm afraid not. He seems to know the area well and managed to avoid them. What do you think? Is it possible that Galen used to live in the
Galen.
Southern
That's what it's
District?
called. I just call him Gallon. Galen. You have a point. If it really is him.
But the footage is from last year. We couldn't find him back then, so can we even track him down with this?
I pull out a stack of papers from my desk and flip through them. These are the files of Galen's victims that I've been investigating. Whether they're well-known businessmen or political figures, all the victims have one thing in common. After the predator virus outbreak 5 years ago, they were involved in secondary transmissions. They even profiteered from the situation. The killer's motives is now obvious. The murderer's councilman from last night was one of them. Investigating Galen will inevitably uncover the shady deals of powerful figures. No wonder the LCBI keeps insisting I close the case immediately. Cowards. My phone buzzes and a travel ad pops up on the illuminating screen. I tap on it and a scene unfolds. Vast snowy fields, spruce trees covered in fresh snow, and a snowman wearing a scarf. Maybe I should just walk away from this. Why should I care about what happens to Lincoln? I might as well move to a place that hasn't even been touched by the predator virus and live in a carefree life. I should start over from scratch. I sigh and gaze. My gaze falls onto the surveillance footage of my subordinate gave me once more. It was the only lead on Galen that the LCBI managed to obtain the past 5 years. It's been a long time since I've heard the name Axo. Zayne, I wonder where he is now. After careful consideration, I pick up the motorcycle keys from my desk and stand up.
Are you going to investigate Oxo Clinic?
Oxo. I give a smile and gently guide her back to the seat. I'm taking some time off. Can you let our chief know? What a powerful lady. I went to Axo Clinic. Of course, I can't openly admit I'm investigating a case that was ordered to be closed, especially when it involves many crucial secrets. The streets of the Southern District feel strange yet familiar. Before long, I found myself standing in front of the Axo Clinic. As I push the dust-covered glass door, it feels like a switch is flipped in my mind. Fragments of memories rush in at the same time. It all started 5 years ago. At the time, I wasn't even an enforcer in the Northern District. I was a bounty hunter scrapping by in the Southern District. I took whatever job I could get. In an unexpected turn of events, I was bitten and wounded by a predator. I spent what feels like an eternity searching for a clinic. Clenching my injury, I finally collapsed at the doorstep of Axo Clinic. The pain slowly subsided. It seemed my wound was treated and bandaged. Woo!
You're awake.
In stark contrast to the gentle hands that had carefully treated my injuries, their owner's face was emotionless as a glacier. I was unconscious for a long time. You're...
Zayne. And to answer your previous question, it's been 3 hours. That's a long time, I believe.
I thought doctors were supposed to have good bedside manners. This guy didn't even get the memo. My eyes drifted from the open until 10 p.m. sign on the wall to the clock. It was midnight. My gaze then shifted to the side room where I saw several pet carriers of various sizes. A kitten suddenly jumped onto Zayne's shoulder. It leaned down to look me straight in the eye. Am I in a vet clinic?
Behave. And get down, please.
Continue. Looks like he treats cats better than people. I moved my arms a little before getting up to leave. A bottle of medicine was quickly thrusted in front of me.
Take these when the pain becomes severe. No more than 2 a day.
Whoa, this medicine looks expensive. No thanks. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't afford to buy it.
It's free. Happy birthday.
Woo! It's my birthday, apparently. He placed the medicine bottle in my hands. Huh? What the?
I saw your patient profile in the system. Your birthday is the same as today's date. Consider it a gift. But judging by your expression, some of that information isn't accurate.
Zayne is right. It's a date I rarely made up when filling out the form as a kid. I can't believe it actually is today. As I look at the bottle of medicine in my hands, which was elevated to gift, I hesitated, and then I decided to keep it to myself. I reacted that way because this is the first time I've ever received a gift from somebody for a birthday.
I see. Well, you can go now.
His dismissal was so sudden that it stunned me. Backshots. Before I could fully process what happened, Zayne's back was already faced me. He was seated at a microscope, and I couldn't help but reveal a small, bewildered smile. Thank you for the gift, Dr. Zayne. The date might have been made up, but what I saw was true. This was the first birthday gift I've ever received. That's cute. I have a secret. A few years ago, a radiation leak in the lab of the Northern District triggered a wave of psychic disturbances that soon swept over Lincoln City, warping the minds of ordinary people and turning them into violent predators. One bite from these predators was all it took to spread the infection, transforming others into their wake. Fear settled over the city, and in an instant, no one felt truly safe. However, I'm immune to the disease. Zayne discovered this while treating my wound. After that day, I found myself frequently visiting Axo Clinic to gauge Zayne's reaction. But he never said a word about it. He was sadly protecting my secret. Though through my frequent request visits, I discovered something about this taciturn, seemingly aloof veterinarian, Zayne is also a predator, and just as he kept my secret, I remained silent about his condition. Our shared secrets brought us together at Oxo Clinic. Even though Zayne rarely initiated a conversation, he never asked me to leave. Time flew just like that. Before long, I just had to say goodbye to him. I would never say goodbye, just saying. I would say hello. Backshots. Dr. Zayne. The familiar figure is still hunched over the microscope. I walk into Axo Clinic with my pet turtle in arms. Zayne slightly tilted his head to glance at me.
Neither you nor the turtle appear to be injured. Why are you here?
I'm leaving. I wanted to say goodbye in person. His hand paused on one of the microscope's adjustment knobs. Zayne turned to face me.
Where?
I'll be heading to the Northern District, the LCBI here. I show my phone screen with the job offer from the LCBI, with its official seal at the bottom. For some reason, he was unusually quiet. Don't look so sad. I'm only moving to the Northern District. I'll still visit you whenever I can.
Give me your hand.
Why?
The LCBI staff frequently interact with the predators. To ensure their employees don't become one, they conduct routine blood tests. If you want to keep your secret, give me your hand.
While I was skeptical, I trusted him. I offered him my hand. He quickly brought a tourniquet and secured it around my arm. How do you know it wasn't mentioned in the recruitment poster or the job offer?
Your turtle is about to fall off the table.
Even though I knew it was a distraction, I still turned to look. As I reached out with one hand to catch my turtle, Zayne swiftly inserted a needle into my other arm. Bright red blood slowly filled the syringe. I couldn't help but crack a joke. They say blood gets They say blood gets predators really riled up. You work as a veterinarian for years. Has the sight of blood ever made you go into a frenzy? I also heard that some predators have an activator implemented in them. When they entered a frenzied state, finding the activator is the only way to calm them down. Do you have one, by chance?
Are you certain you want to discuss this while I'm drawing your blood?
It's not like I have other predator friends to talk to.
Don't move. Also, you wouldn't be sitting here asking questions if I lost control that easily.
Once he was done taking my blood, he walked to the cabinet, retrieved a few small vials, and returned to his desk to mix something. A few minutes later, he gave me a bottle of the capsules.
One capsule lasts 2 hours. It should be enough to get you through the medical examination.
You know what? I secretly thought you lacked bedside manners when we first met.
If you're looking for a warm, kind-hearted doctor, try the clinic down the street. You might have better luck there.
Oh, that won't be necessary. It turns out my first impressions was wrong. I have first-hand experience with your care now. It's just, you should smile a lot more. You'll look more approachable then.
I'm too busy for that. Smiling isn't in my schedule.
Bitch, I'm taking that, and I'm going to tell everyone that. When they tell me to smile, I'll be like, I'm too busy for that. Smiling isn't on my schedule. That's what I'm going to say to people when they tell me to smile. I'll be like, no. Sorry, I'm too busy. I can't do that. Frowning is the only thing that's within my schedule. So, I'm sorry, that's not possible. After tidying up his desk, Zayne walks into the building's entrance and flips the open sign to close the clinic for the day. Goodbye, Zayne. The sunlight outside was inviting. I sat on the steps by the clinic's entrance and tugged at Zayne's sleeve. I gestured for him to join me. Despite his apparent reluctance, he sat down next to me. Aren't you curious about why I wanted to join the LCBI?
If you want to tell me, you may.
Well, I feel like Lincoln is my home. I grew up here and I want to do something for it. As a bounty hunter, I can only do so much, but as an enforcer, I might be able to make a difference. I raised my hand until my fingers appeared to bridge the gap between the North and Southern districts. I touched the corner of the LCBI building in the distance.
The Northern District is 100 times more dangerous than this place. Be careful.
I heard from other bounty hunters that you're from the Northern District. Is that true?
Yes.
I guess we'll eventually run into each other in the Northern District someday. It'll be something to look forward to, Dr. Zayne. Then flip back into the present. After that, I was swept up in the whirlwind of work. I barely had a moment to catch my breath. It wasn't until my first vacation that I finally had the chance to return to the Southern District and visit Zayne. But he was gone. Axo Clinic was covered in a thick layer of dust. The aloof doctor vanished into the distant memory of my past just like that. Although it's been 5 years, the memories are as crisp and clear as freshly printed documents. Inside Axel's clinic, everything remains the same. Every piece of furniture and the items in the spot is in the spots I remember from them being in, all familiar to me and like the back of my hand. Investigation comes first. I scan the room, but before I can activate my iris scanner, the door behind me burst open. Who's there? Oh shit. In one swift movement, I draw my gun and turn to aim. I have my weapon at the intruder, but he snares and raises his hand in a mock of surrender.
Really? Enforcer? You can't recognize your own colleagues now.
That's weird.
Oh, wait. You're not one of us anymore.
With a wave of his hand, the enforcer signals his teammates. I'm surrounded by a swarm of enforcers with their weapons pointed at me. What do you think you're doing? Are you here to arrest me? Where's your warrant, and who authorized this? As if he was waiting for me to ask that, the enforcer produced a formal document with an official stamp.
The LCBI has evidence of your involvement in smuggling an illegal substance, Frenzy Enhancer.
What? I never...
This is your termination notice. Your arrest warrant and order to apprehend you were signed by the bureau chief himself.
Give up. Oh, give up. I try to resist, but it's pointless. I'm outnumbered in this situation. Someone framed me.
Save your excuses for prison. Who knows? Maybe our kind-hearted warden will be more amicable to your story.
Predator's prison. The LCB usually interrogates suspects before transferring them to the prison. Throwing me into a cell like this, something's not right. As a theory forms in my mind, I can't help but let out a bitter laugh. First, they shut me down my investigation, and then this happens. This must be desperate to cover up their schemes of profiting from the virus.
0905, out!
Why?
The warden wants you.
I don't like the warden wants you. Why you gotta say it like that? I begrudgingly follow the guards through the long corridor as we make our way to the second floor.
That warden's gonna tear you apart! Saves us the trouble.
The prisoner's shrill taunts fill my ears, annoyed, and I shake my head. I look at the cells around me. Each one has a predator arrested over the past 5 years. They threw me in a den with my enemies. I guess they wanted me to disappear without a trace. You're getting on my nerve. Can't you all just shut? A bone-chilling cold suddenly surges up from the ground. It's as if everything is frozen in place, yet I can move around freely. The shouting around me has stopped, but I don't know what happened. On the second floor corridor of the prison, a tall figure stands in the darkness. His face is obscured.
Silence!
That was very hot. I'm going to like that. A bite chill permeates the air as the prisoners are frozen in a thick layer of ice.
This is the punishment for not learning to keep your mouth shut.
I'm also going to like that one. Thank you very much.
Take her to my office.
That was very sexy. I won't like that one, though. He turns and leaves. I can only catch a glimpse of his retreating figure. But that's all I need to recognize who he is. Zayne? Why is he here? Dun 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 dun. Why is Zayne here?
Sit down and don't try anything funny while you wait.
I'm sorry. I had to move my position. My legs were starting to cramp. You shackled me to this chair. I can't even move it if I wanted to. Idiot. I listen closely as the guard's footsteps fade away. Once I know he's gone, I quickly twist my wrists and free myself from their restraints. He really made sure they were tight. My wrists are killing me, and this chair is as comfortable as a rock. My eyes are drawn to the leather chair behind the desk. Without hesitating, I turn around and make myself comfortable. I cross my legs as I sit. Now this is better. Zayne's office. Large stacks of files are meticulously arranged on the desk by size. A few loose paper... Gosh. A few loose papers are perfectly aligned at the corner. They're held in place by a paperweight. My right hand can easily reach the pen holder because of its current position. As I sit here, I can almost imagine Zayne's workday. From veterinarian to Axo Clinic to warden. It looks like he found his own path during these 5 years. I wheel the chair between the bookshelves and scan the content. Amongst the tomes is a small box. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Are these candies? Just as I lean in to get a closer look, footsteps resound outside the door. I rush back to my original chair and pick up the discarded restraints. Panicking, I try to put them back on so it looks like I never moved. But I'm a second too late. Damn, he looks fine as hell. As Zayne walks into the office, it seems as he sees him in the middle of wrapping the heavy restraints around my arms.
What are you doing?
I'm helping you check and see if these were working properly. What about you? What are you doing here? Being a veterinarian didn't work out, so you became a warden instead. To mask my guilt, I decided to go on the offense and question Zayne first.
I suppose it's also difficult to be an enforcer, since you switched career paths. I see prison happened to be your first choice.
Well, damn, you didn't need to roast my ass like that. Zayne walks to the desk and methodically empties the evidence bag. My enforcer badge and my phone emerge. He then retrieves a file box of the bookshelf and places its content on the desk.
You smuggled frenzy enhancer. The life of an enforcer is more exciting than I imagined.
I take 2 steps forward and close the file. I was framed. I've never done stuff like that. The LCBI's procedures are strange this time around. They've never presented any evidence or witnesses. I didn't even get interrogated.
When the charges, evidence, and witnesses are fabricated, presenting them is almost pointless. As for these irregularities you spoke of, to a majority of people who are unfamiliar with these procedures, it would appear the LCBI is eager to punish a law-breaking employee. They can easily spin this story to the public as them responsibly cleaning house.
So are you siding with the LCBI, Warden? You don't plan to release me? I had no idea a person's guilt could I had no idea a person's guilt could be decided so easily. I'm impressed with the justice system's effectiveness. Oh my god. I deliberately say each word slowly, defiant. I furrow my brow and lock eyes with Zayne. Will I have a better chance of achieving my goal if I stopped here and voluntarily brought up our past? Maybe. But I can't bring myself to use our time together as leverage in this situation. I don't know why.
Why don't we listen to this first?
Zayne slightly lowers his head, reaches into a desk drawer, and pulls out a voice recorder. He slides it across the table towards me and presses the play button.
These are voices from within the LCBI. I would assume you're more familiar with them than I am.
The bureau chief, the operations sector manager, and the enforcer who arrested me. The recording details the entire process of the plot to frame me. My arrest and imprisonment are their crowning achievements. Well, I don't experience this every day. I get to listen to people scheming against me.
You'll inevitably be more eye-catching when you're in a high position.
I barely had the chance to shine before they decided to get rid of me. What a grand spectacle I turned out to be. You don't plan on handing over that voice recorder, right? By letting me listen to it, you're trying to see if you can make a deal with me. Hi, Error.
You're quick on the uptake. It seems you matured a little since then.
I guess so, sir. Zayne proposes I become his informant within the prison. My objective is to get close to a certain prisoner. His name is Levi. He's a former employee of Ever's Biological Science Research Department. 5 years ago, he is involved in a series of classified experiments. Rumors suggest that after all those experiments, the predator virus first appeared on LinkedIn and began to spread uncontrollably.
You need to obtain a list of personnel from him. It will ideally name everyone involved with the classified experiments. I believe that with your investigation skills, gaining his trust shouldn't pose much of a challenge. Once you complete this task, I can either clear your name or create a fake identity so you can leave Lincoln City. The choice is yours.
Noticing my hesitation, Zayne sits down and sides the voice recorder towards me again.
I could simply give you this and let you walk out.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna fucking believe me, so...
The people targeting you won't give up so easily.
Yeah, they won't believe me anyways.
You might have the misfortune of getting more than just a prison sentence next time.
What if I told everyone that the warden is a predator and he's secretly running a prison filled with other predators? I know it's an empty threat, but I can't help but push my luck.
Go ahead. Let's see who they're more likely to believe. The warden or a prisoner accused of smuggling frenzy enhancer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I agree to assist. I really don't have a choice, huh? You're less like a doctor and more like a wolf wearing a white coat.
Why, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm going to save that. Thank you very much. I take the voice recorder. My frustration is obvious as I rack my brain for a way to gain the upper hand in this conversation. We'll discuss what happens after our deal. Once I succeed. If you want my help, then you should let me set some conditions.
So long as they're within my jurisdiction, we can discuss them.
In that case, I want you to bring my pet turtle here. Sure, it'll live for a long time, but that doesn't mean it can survive without food and water. I also don't have anyone to take care of it in my place.
All right.
I want to freely move around. Aside from the usual prison stuff, I want to freely move around.
What will you do with this freedom?
I narrow my eyes and reveal a mischievous smile. I can do a lot of things. Maybe I'll walk around when I'm bored, or I'll secretly observe the warden all day.
I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. My workday isn't exactly riveting. Considering our need to monitor certain individuals, however, I suppose I could allow it.
Okay. What else can I get away with?
Whether or not the guards will cooperate, it's hard to say.
I want a private cell. Preferably one quietly tucked away in the corner. Zayne rubs his fingertips as if to contemplate. I don't know if I'm imagining things, but I could see a hint of amusement playing at the corner of his mouth.
All right. Keeping you away from the other inmates will lower the chances of any incidents occurring by 50%.
He's saying they're going to murder us. I am the textbook example of a law-abiding citizen. I would never stir up trouble on purpose.
Perhaps. However, when self-defense is involved, I'm afraid that's another story.
I want special meals at night. I want special meals prepared for me every night. The slop they serve in prison criteria is too miserable for my stomach. Fried chicken, barbecue skewers, hot pot, steak. Don't you crave food like that after spending so much time in prison?
I'm not a prisoner. I can have all of those whenever I leave this place.
Fuck you, Zayne. Then why don't you take me?
The answer is no.
Fuck you, Zayne. I held up my hand to Zayne. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Warden.
Likewise, Miss Informant.
Before I forget, I have one more thing I'd like to add to my list of conditions. Can I take this box of candy with me before I go? Smirking, I point to the container hidden among the books, and for the first time I see a crack in Zayne's unusual stoic expression.
You can.
Yeah, bitch, I took your candy. What are you gonna say now? Huh? The prison warden manages under the court system jurisdiction. All captured predators in Lincoln are here. The warden himself is mysterious and rarely appears in person unless it's absolutely necessary. The fact very few people have seen him was also discussed in whispers amongst the time at the LSCBI. Now that I think about it, his reputation for being mysterious and rarely appearing probably stems from two things. First, Zayne has always been this way. He needs to hide the fact that he's a predator. There's no way I believe working with Zayne will go smoothly. But no matter how much I prepare myself, I didn't expect my first challenge to be...
Why don't you sit with me, boss?
Wait, they like us now?
Don't listen to him, boss. Sit over here instead.
They like me now. I have friends. What the heck? In the cafeteria, I stand with my tray. I'm not sure how to deal with this eager faces blocking my path.
Boss, tell us how you managed to survive the warden's interrogation.
Come on, share your secrets. You're the first one we've ever seen come back alive. The people before who met him? Well, they're dead now.
What has Zayne been doing in this prison? These inmates are probably two-faced. They'll probably say something else when my back is turned. I shouldn't get too involved with them. Excuse me, move out of the way, please. I don't have anything special to share. I'm more concerned about getting food in my stomach. I'm about to shake them off when I spot my target. Levi is standing there in a sea of people. Well, if you really must want to know about my experience, it's nothing too extraordinary. I clear my throat, and sure enough, Levi turns his gaze towards me. I'll make my presence known for now. I can try and talk to him private later. First things first, you need to keep your cool. Don't let him see you sweat. If you're negotiating, then you need to have a useful skill or two, like lockpicking. Trust me, when you're restrained in a chair, knowing how to pick a lock can be a difference between life and death. A familiar chuckle rises to the crowd. For a moment, I think my ears are playing tricks on me. When I find the owner, I know I'm not seeing things. Zayne is standing right there in front of me. However, he's in these slutty-ass clothes.
That guy's fresh meat, boss. I don't know why he's here, but they say he's one of the predators with a laundry list of crimes.
Can you move over? I want to eat here.
He's already marking his territory? This baby's got some guts.
I'm shocked, and I look at Zayne and mouth to him. Don't tell me you're here just to see me squirm. Zayne glances in my direction but doesn't respond. Instead, he calmly navigates to the crowd and sits next to me. He starts eating his meal as if he doesn't have a care in the world. All right, show's over. Beat it. I need to talk to our new friends here.
You're doing well behind bars. As expected of an enforcer.
Well, I have someone's notorious reputation to thank for that. One quick trip to the office put me above everyone else.
Are you referring to those rumors? They're nothing more than necessary deterrents against the predators.
I'm about to chuckle at his remark when I notice Levi is still watching me. I quickly compose myself and look at Zayne with a stern expression.
He knows who you are. You're the renowned enforcer from the LCBI. The media covered your exploits in apprehending the predators.
Oh, then did you watch our reports?
There were so many of them. It was hard not to.
I bet. I bet the headlines only talked about the murderer of the councilman now, though. I observed Zayne's face to see if there's any sort of reaction. Unsurprisingly, he remained unfazed. He doesn't even pause in his meticulous effort to remove every last carrot from his meal. So even the high and mighty warden is a picky eater?
Food preferences aren't limited by one's rank.
Be honest with me, why are you interested in that list of personnel?
Does it matter to you?
Of course, we're working together, so we should at least be honest with each other. You seem to know everything about me, but I'm in the dark when it comes to you. This kind of one-sided partnership doesn't inspire confidence. Zayne sets down his chopsticks, and his expression becomes solemn.
I need to recover the solution that can cure the predators of their disease. Long before everything began, the lab researching protocore veins had already discovered it might be the cause. The formula for the solution was also nearly complete. It was when Ever stepped in and conducted those secret experiments that the radiation leak occurred, along with the theft of the formula.
So you believe the culprit is involved in those experiments? Zayne nods. It's possible, but how do you know all this?
I was one of the researchers.
Dun dun dun.
Did my honesty put you at ease?
My chopsticks freeze in mid-air as I'm about to eat. I'm stunned by this bombshell that I casually dropped. My brain short circuits for a moment. Gathering my thoughts, I brace myself. I try to ask more questions while pretending to be calm. So the murderers of those officials and businessmen who profited from the predator virus were also because...
Lunchtime's over.
You certainly became quite the investigator.
Wait, one last question. As he gets up to leave, I grab the hem of his shirt. What shirt? What shirt? There's no shirt. He's not even wearing a shirt. Why are you pretending to be a prisoner?
It's because my informant seems to have made a few enemies here.
Are you going to protect me? Is that what you're saying? You and your nipple? You and your exposed nip are going to protect me? I don't think so. I don't think so. My gosh, this man is trying to protect me with his exposed nip nop. I don't know how that's going to go about, but I can only pray. Oh my gosh, people in my Love and Deep Space Discord are going fucking insane. Jiminy Christmas, these people are crazy. My goodness. It's nap time. I lay back on the bed after feeding my turtle, but I'm still wide awake. I can't fall asleep. Zayne, he's here. I wonder how many new looming shadows he's got in the past 5 years. I'm not sure if he's still the person I once knew so well. What's his goal? Will he use the solution to save people? Would it be naive of me to assume that? Maybe he just wants to profit from this too. Restless and anxious. Oh my gosh, what the fuck? That scared the shit out of me. That scared the shit out of me. I have no idea what the fuck that was for a second. I just see something in the corner of my eye and I'm like, bro, what is that? Restless and anxious, I toss and turn in bed. Something under my pillow digs in my cheek. I lifted my pillow to find a box of candies I took from Zayne's office. It's tasty. As the sweetness floods my mouth, my suspicions about him slowly melt away. Someone with a sweet tooth can't be a villain, right? Getting close to someone and digging up information is child's play for me. Okay. Dang, 3-stream streak. Let's go. Day 2, it's your time. The surveillance cameras behind spot. I rubbed my wrist and nudged the predator's inmates I took down aside with my foot. I extend my hand to Levi, who's hurtled in the corner. All right, done with them. You can get up now. I notice the syringe he's trying to hide. Chuckling, I take it from him and turn it over in my hands. Frenzy Enhancer. One shot turns a predator into a raging powerhouse. It's a go-to choice for a prison break. Giving out frenzy enhancers in prison, you live up to your reputation for being an ever employee. But you're terrible at this. Your clients are threatening you before you settle on a price. You suck at being a drug dealer.
Why did you butt in? It's none of your business. You're not an enforcer anymore. You have no right to touch me.
Of course I won't lay a finger on you, but I turn Levi around and direct attention to Zayne, who's sitting nearby. Slutty outfit. The same can't be said about him. Did you know he got himself thrown in here so he can kill you? As Zayne looks over, I meet his gaze and silently urge him to play along with the stories I made up to win Levi's trust. He's like, oh my god. Yeah, bitch, so listen to me.
What do you want?
He's gonna kill you. Isn't it obvious? I threw myself into a cell to protect you. I lean forward to Levi's ear and make sure my words are oozed with sincerity. Even though you're a predator, Ever hasn't given up on you. Levi remains on high alert. A made-up story isn't enough to lower his guard. It'll take a while for me to win his trust and get him to talk about the list of names I need. Meanwhile, Zayne uses authority as warden and orders a crackdown on frenzy enhancers in the prison. He's subtly pushing Levi into a corner. I bide my time. It won't be long till Levi comes to me. However, I didn't anticipate things to go the way they did. What's going on over there? Someone's trying to break out with frenzy enhancer again.
That stuff is bad. I tried it once and nearly lost it. I almost turned into a monster, you know? Luckily, I managed to keep it together.
I'm about to ignore the whole thing until I see Zayne standing in the crowd. I hesitate before deciding to approach him. As I get closer, bone-chilling cold envelops me. A shiver runs down my spine. A razor-sharp icicle erupts from the ground and impales the inmate driven insane by the frenzy enhancer. Oh my god, he's killing people! The sworn prisoner guards rush to the scene with weapons and riot shields. They quickly form an impenetrable barrier on their exit. Zayne glances at the predators lying on the ground, then shifts his gaze to the one still standing.
Whose side are you on? Are you one of us? Or just a puppet? If you're on our side, then why the hell are you killing your fellow predators? I swear, I'm getting out of here today. Whatever it takes.
The frenzied inmate injects the frenzy enhancer into his neck. He can't handle the violent stimulation and is overwhelmed by the sudden urge of strength. He falls to his knees, but the next second, as if invisible force yanks him up like a zombie, he lunges at Zayne. All the predator inmates have backed away. They leave Zayne alone as he stands in the grisly scene of the ice and blood. Weary, surprised, and murderous gazes are fixated on Zayne. The air cracks with tension. He could become the target of their collective wrath at any moment. A voice inside me screams that I have to get him out. I can't leave him here. Zayne! When Zayne sees me, his motionless expression flickers for a moment.
Don't just stand there.
I grab his wrist and pull him away from the chaotic mess. Dodging the watchful eyes of the prison guards, I decided to lead Zayne to his office. It's the safest place I can think of. But after guiding him through the corridors for what feels like an eternity, I realize I don't know how to get to his office from here.
Are you giving me a tour of my own prison? Perhaps I should show you around instead.
I won't say no to that. Watchtower Summit. It's late. The prison, still reeling from the recent incident, is seeped in an uneasy silence. From the top of the watchtower, I gaze down at the courtyard. The chaos from earlier seems small and distant. You probably have a target on your back now. Everyone will be watching you and waiting for an opportunity to strike. I'm not in the mood to appreciate the night scenery. Instead, I lean against the railing as I look at Zayne.
And by dragging me away in front of everyone, you're in the same boat as me.
But I'm close to getting my hands on that list. This whole thing will be over soon.
In that case, congratulations. You'll be free soon.
I shake my head. There's no real freedom here. The city before us is like a scale model. The northern and southern districts are divided as two distinct cages within the same skyline. Zayne, is there a place you'd like to see? Have you ever thought about leaving Lincoln?
No.
Although I had a feeling he'd say that, hearing it still makes me weirdly smile. You have a knack for shutting down conversations. It's quiet for a bit, then I take a step forward towards him. My feet touch Zayne's shadow. When this is all over, do you want to leave with me?
Where do you want to go?
I haven't really thought about it that much, but I know I won't be staying in Lincoln. Maybe I'll head to a small remote town. It'll be a place without any predators. As I ponder this, Zayne asks another question.
What do you think the LCBI will do once they catch the serial killer they've been chasing after for 5 years?
Interrogation, detention, trial, conviction. These specific charges would be determined in the final outcome.
I imagine it won't end well for him.
But the LCBI is full of cowards. I'm the only one who dared to go after you.
Is that so?
I don't know the answer. I notice his slight downcast gaze and realize something. I might not be able to take him with me. I look away and gaze in the southern district in the distance where Axo Clinic is located. Do you want to end this as a guilty man? Or would you rather leave your past behind and start anew? He doesn't answer, or maybe his response is carried away with the wind that howls around us. After the small riot, Zayne and I became the most feared individuals in the entire prison. Levi should have felt the same. However, the repertoire we built over the last few months was solidified with his trust in me. Maybe seeing Zayne kill a predator to get to him. The next morning, he gave me a list of all the names I was after, and just like that, I finished my task. At lunch, I placed a carrot on Zayne's tray. It's a signal we agreed upon. Yet as we sit across from each other, I find myself wishing our farewells could be delayed for a little while longer.
"0905. It's time for the warden's interrogation."
As night falls, Zayne summons me to the interrogation room using his authority as a warden. It's all part of his plan. Once the guard's footsteps fade, I sleazily slip out of my restraints again. There are rumors about me escaping the warden's interrogation unscathed, but this is my first time in the interrogation room. While waiting for Zayne, I pace back and forth, my attention is drawn to the array of interrogation tools mounted on the wall. No wonder Zayne has such a fearsome reputation. He has a wide variety of gadgets. Handcuffs, whips. What's this? I haven't even seen anything like this before.
It's a clamp.
Clamp? What is this, BDSM? Oh my god! I was not expecting him to dress like that. I forgot. I turn around to see Zayne standing right behind me. He has entered the interrogation room without making a sound.
It's typically used to clamp a prisoner's fingers, so it can inflict intense pain.
What's a not typically used for it?
It can be hung on the wall as a decoration.
Okay, that's interesting. As he speaks, he takes a seat. He takes a seat at the table off the side. Only then do I notice the streaming hot food that will serve as a midnight snack. Is this supposed to be my last meal?
If that's what you want to call it.
Having what you could potentially be my last meal while surrounded by torture devices, this is definitely a first. With a slight smile, I relay the names Levi has given me to Zayne. Once I finish the listing everything, unusual silence falls over the interrogation room. It's only broken by the occasional simmer from the soup.
The 7th provision, which discusses the containment of predators, will be in effect starting tomorrow. Certain predator organizations have already issued warnings about their retaliation. In other words, Lincoln can no longer be considered a safe place after tomorrow.
I'll wait until the chaos dies down before.
You need to leave before then.
What was I about to say dies in my throat? I sigh, nod, and swallow the rest of my words. If I abruptly leave, the inmates will think I died during the warden's interrogation.
I'll fabricate a plausible charge for you.
5 years ago, I never could have imagined that I'd leave Lincoln as a criminal. Back then, I blink. 5 years felt like an eternity. I barely recall why I went to the Northern District in the first place. I thought that becoming my... Oh, gosh. Oh, excuse me. I thought that becoming an enforcer, then operations sector manager, and eventually bureau chief, I could make Lincoln a slightly better place. Looking back and see how incredibly naive those thoughts were.
Some things aren't easy to accomplish.
You told me the same thing 5 years ago.
Yet I was just as naive as you were back then.
Lost in his memories, Zayne lowers his head with a faint smile. As he recalls the past, his features appear noticeably softer.
When I still worked at the clinic, I believed that the solution would solve everything. But the effects of the mental anomalies had long since transcended the physical realm. Lincoln City was split in two, not just because of the mutations.
Is that why you choose to become the warden? I pick up my drink and gently clink it against the rim of Zayne's glass. To whom we were 5 years ago.
To who we were 5 years ago.
I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep tonight. I don't know if we'll play the bad ending for this one. I don't know if I can do it. It's really not good. My farewell with Zayne is as serene as I have anticipated. After finishing our meals, we climbed the watchtower once more. We silently watched the last traces of the moonlight. Okay, I guess I don't want to read that then. For the past few months, I felt like I had stepped into a snow globe where time was frozen. It wasn't until I left the prison that I realized winter had slowly crept into Lincoln City. At home, I found myself in another snow globe of sorts. I rarely went outside for weeks. I lost myself in travel websites as I searched for a new place to call home. Several months later, breaking news appeared in every major outlet. Ever collapsed in its demise, the solution capable of curing the predators was made public. A long-standing barrier was finally crumbling. I knew Zayne was involved. Was involved with this. As people flooded the streets, a photographer captured a poignant moment: an ordinary citizen and a predator tightly embracing each other. That night, I received a special delivery. It was a folder containing my prison information, the new identity Zayne prepared for me, and the voice recorder that could prove my innocence. The new life I yearned for had finally arrived. The day before I left Lincoln, I can't resist dialing the number Zayne gave me 5 years ago. I know no one will answer it. For the past 5 years, I've only heard the lifeless beeps of a busy signal whenever I called. But even if I only heard that, I still wanted to listen to it one more time before I leave. To my surprise, the call actually goes through this time.
What is it?
It's nothing. I looked at the file. You came up with an impressive crime for me. I screwed around the real reason for my call. I idly flipped through the file as I tried to sound lighthearted.
You attempted to assassinate the warden, so you were killed on the spot. After all, the public sees him as a cruel, ruthless individual. No one would question the authenticity of the charge.
I guess I contributed to the warden's fearsome reputation. But aren't you worried about blowing your cover as a serial killer? What will the warden do in that scenario? The other end of the call is silent for a few seconds. When Zayne speaks again, he changes the subject.
When are you leaving Lincoln?
I'll be on a plane tomorrow morning. He has no intention of telling me anything else.
Have you decided where you'll settle down?
Yes. It's a small city that's far away from Lincoln. The winters are long there, but it's somehow always warm. I carefully choose my words, but I really want to ask if there will be a second reunion for us.
It sounds like a wonderful place.
Knowing he won't give me a definite answer, I can't bring myself to ask about our future. The words never leave my lips, even as our conversation comes to an end. Well. My flight has been delayed until this evening. Thanks to the delay, I got a call from my ex-subordinate. It's related to the warden. All of Lincoln is in uproar because of it. The warden, Zayne, is actually an SSS-class predator serial killer Gallon, whose authorities have been pursuing. As its perpetrator responsible for the deaths of multiple citizens, Zayne's trial will be conducted with all of Lincoln watching. A new era is on the horizon. Its execution will be herald its beginning. Why would a serial killer they couldn't catch for 5 years only be exposed today? Unless he fucking exposed himself on purpose. Forcing myself to calm down, I leave my home, but my pace already quickens until I break into a run. I need to see Zayne one last time. I need to hear the truth from him. I need to know, can he actually end everything without regrets? While I'm no longer an enforcer, flashing my old badge is enough to get me past the unsuspecting guards. I navigate through the prison corridor on a path. Zayne has just shut him away in the interrogation room. It's the very same one where we said goodbye. Bitch, I found you. Oh, I missed the back shots, damn it. I push the door open and there he is, familiar figure I haven't seen in a long time. Hearing me enter, he turns around. Surprise flashes across his face before his typical calm demeanor appears.
I recall you saying you'd be on a plane this morning.
So you deliberately waited until I was evening to release the news? That way I couldn't find out?
Your presence here means my plan failed.
Your plan? My throat tightens. I'm not sure if it feels like anger, but my fists are so tightly clenched that they start to hurt. You never intended to survive this. You've always been planning it to end it all, including yourself.
Every TV channel, newspaper, and radio station is announcing it. A new era will arrive with the breaking dawn. Lincoln is being set on the correct path. The murders and crimes of the past must also be eliminated. I thought you, as an enforcer, would understand that criminals must be punished for their past deeds.
The criminals have been punished. The predators and ordinary people get to live in peace, and Lincoln City will be ushered into a new era. But what about you? I take a step forward to him to close the distance. Our heavy breaths mingle in the air between us. Zayne, have you gained anything from this? He doesn't answer. I take another step. Don't you want anything in this life? Stop talking about Lincoln, the virus, and the solution. What I want to know is related to you, Zayne. Have you ever wanted anything for yourself?
Are you here because you wanted to ask me that question?
What if I say yes? Will you answer me then? I look up at him. We're so close to each other that our shadows merge into one. I'm about to take another step when Zayne suddenly furrows his brow. Grimacing, he turns away.
You should go.
No, I won't leave until you answer me. But Zayne, are you? Noticing Zayne's unusual expression, I grab his wrist. His skin is burning hot to the touch. He's entering a frenzy! He's about to go into a frenzy!
I told you. You should go.
No, I refuse. I walk away and lock the door to the interrogation room. They said that when a predator goes into a frenzy, their desires to have what they truly want overwhelms them. Zayne, have you ever gone into a frenzy before?
No. I know how to control myself.
Well, I don't think so. You implemented an activator in yourself, didn't you?
But that doesn't mean a predator like me won't harm the person standing in front of them.
I won't become a predator.
You'll die.
You already killed me once before. You accused me of trying to assassinate the warden. I haven't gotten the chance to see if I could actually do it. I grab the chains hanging from the ceiling of the interrogation room and wrap them around Zayne's wrists. Do you have to restrain yourself all the time?
Is that what you want me to do?
No, at least that's not what I want right now. I take the muzzle from the wall and secure it around Zayne's head. I carefully fasten it. He doesn't resist and allows me to restrain him. I have no idea what's going on in his head, but I'll find out soon enough. Zayne grabs another chain and hands it to me. As he does this, I notice his gaze becomes more intense. His breathing has become more ragged. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert right now. We're about to get into the kindled, so if you headphone warning, this man's about to be moaning in your ear. And it's about to get saucy up in here, so I gave you the warning. Just saying.
If you're trying to break someone's chains, don't be afraid of the danger they bring.
Wasn't I supposed to die anyways? Bruh. Inject the frenzy enhancer. We're administrating medicine.
How far will you go until you're satisfied?
Very far.
How far will you go until you're satisfied?
This man's about to bust into tears.
I don't know what I'll do to you.
Well, I know what I'm gonna do to you. Hee hee. I'm about to inject you with some drugs. You're only gonna hurt yourself. Wait, why didn't I get to read that? You're only gonna hurt yourself more by fighting to stay in control.
Frenzy enhancer? You're going to use it on me?
Yes, the warden should be well aware of how it affects the predators. Why does he look so smug? I need a picture of that. Why does he look so smug? Like he's like, try me, bitch. Inject that bitch. Stop holding yourself back. You need to confront your true self. Bruh, you guys see? He just fucking busted open that harness. His titties were so big, they busted it open. That's insane-o. Let's examine his body. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow I'll take good care of you. I do. Oh my god, he's kissing us.
Let me take what I desire first.
Yeah, submissive.
Initiating full body scan of the target.
Oh, it's about to get sussy up in this bitch.
Why don't you touch me and find out?
Oh my god. I'm not sorry for this. Oh, fuck. I was touching it. I was groping him too much.
What will you do next?
We all know what I'm doing next. Oh my gosh. I can't.
Don't stop.
Oh my god, he's such a freak. I love it. He's so freaky. God damn, he's so freaky. Oh my gosh, he's getting me like choking up in here.
No. There's only one thing left to do. Become my prisoner or my master.
Bruh, call me master any day of the week. Oh my god.
You can never leave me.
Also, I did pick the good ending. I'm sorry. I cannot take any more bad endings. One bad ending is more than enough. I do not need to take any more. Winter returns once more. As I watch the light snow falling outside my window, it dawns on me. Another year has passed since Zayne and I last parted ways. In that interrogation room, in the aftermath of the day, I walked away on my own. The bitter truth that I couldn't take him with me, I knew all along. Even when he confessed that I was what he wanted, it couldn't have stopped him. He always has been this way. Deep down, I've known from the start. After moving to this small town, I severed almost all ties with Lincoln City. I made a conscious effort to avoid any news about him too. I convinced myself that if I didn't see anything about him, I wouldn't think about him anymore. Then this morning, someone told me that a new doctor in town had opened a small clinic called AXO just a few blocks away. I rushed home, snatched up my pet turtle from its cozy sunbath spot, and dashed off AXO. A year apart, the silhouette I yearned for is finally before me once more. Bitch.
What is it?
Doctor, Dr. Zayne, I think my pet turtle might be sick. It's been really lethargic. It doesn't even want to sunbathe anymore. Could you take a look at it? Trying to hide the fact that I'm breathless from my sprint, I stand in front of him. My gaze lands on his face.
Miss, this clinic only treats human patients.
I see. Detecting a hint of amusement in his voice, I can't help but mirror his smile. Oh well, I think I'm coming down with something. Would you mind giving me a checkup? Tee hee hee. In the evening, I return home with a bag of snacks from the store. The kitchen light is on and Zayne is cooking steak. My pet turtle watches him through the glass partition between the doorway and the kitchen. Gosh, backshot. I'm home. I peek into the kitchen. Zayne stops what he's doing and faces me.
You can cut the cake. It's on the dining table.
What's the occasion? I walk over to the dimming table where a freshly baked cake sits. Its enticingly sweet aroma permeates the room.
Today is a special day.
The cake isn't described with the words Happy New Beginnings for Celeste.
Happy New Beginning.
Bitch, that was the good ending. We're not watching the fucking bad ending. I can't take any more bad endings. I'm sorry. One was more than enough. I'm not taking it. I'll basically tell you what happens. Basically, this motherfucker sacrifices themselves and then she leaves and then basically he never comes and finds her because he's dead. So that's sad. I'm not taking any more of these fucking bad news anymore. I can't do it. I can't have it. I can't deal with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that stream though. Hope you enjoyed watching the first two. We'll probably continue this on Thursday maybe. I have to see. This week is very busy, so I have to see what's going on. But I'm going to try to work on the other two. The other three on Thursday maybe. They just take a long time. As you can see, we started this at like 8 and it's already 11. So it's been about 3 hours of this because each one of these is 2 hours. So, and I'm having to read them. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching. I know this isn't really what people are super into, but this is something that I really like and I'm going to continue streaming Love and Deep Space, but I will stream other stuff. This is kind of what I've been doing all the time. So, and the new banner happened, but I'll probably obviously integrate other stuff into the streaming stuff. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for being so supportive and I will see you